Hello and welcome to the show. We are here today. Forza Horizon 6, we are going to be doing a challenge. I'm hoping I have got everything working. It seems to be. That is good. Don't need my headset anymore. Yes, welcome all to... Well, as I said, this is going to be a sort of challenge series, if you like. The rules of it are pretty straightforward. We are going to be randomly generating a power figure for this first part. This is going to be for a B-class car, and the power is going to be rolled anywhere between 200 and 750 horsepower. And whatever comes out of that, you are going to have to try and make work. So it's an interesting challenge because you're probably going to be compromised. You are allowed plus or minus 5 horsepower because not all cars are going to get to all exact power numbers. So we do allow a little bit of leeway. But yeah, it's a fun challenge. We've done it a while ago. I think we did on Horizon 4, Horizon 5, something like that. It is an interesting challenge. And yeah, can produce some wacky cars. Some stuff works, some stuff doesn't. Hopefully, we give Shados a lot of power in this, just because Shados didn't want a lot of power, so that's how it's going to go. Now, if you would like to take part this evening, you are more than welcome to. I think we're supposed to be having Rusty back in as well. I'm not sure. Someone's in this session that was supposed to be in the second part of this, but I might have got it wrong. Either way, doesn't really matter. If you want to take part, you can do so by sending a message to Ewan, who is parked next to me. Send Ewan a message on Xbox or via the Xbox app or however it works on PC. If you're, I think it's easier from the game bar. And yeah, Ewan will try and get you an invite. We'll try and get you connected. I'm guessing Ewan started getting messages as their car's immediately gone into pause mode. Apollo, you do not need to lick my hand. You're now just being a nuisance. That's my elbow. No, you're not getting attention. If you're going to be a pain, I'm not giving you attention. He is now content with sniffing my ear. Apollo, you're now being annoying. I told you, no attention. If you're going to be annoying, I'm just going to turn my chair so you can't get any attention. He's trying. You're very cute, but you're also very annoying sometimes. So, yeah. We will get building cars shortly. We're just going to give it a second to get everybody connected. Oh. Apollo's gone to attack his bed. Not attack his bed, to drag his bed across the floor and rearrange it. He needs to find the perfect spot. Got to do with it feng shui or whatever on the dog bed. It's not made, barely moved it any distance whatsoever. Amazing, good job, dog. So yeah, the way Chrono's asking. So the way this will work is once we've got everybody connected who's going to be taking part, I will give you a power figure. You are then going to go and build a vehicle of your choosing up to B class. This first part, we're going to go to B class. Now there is going to be a caveat on your vehicle choice that I'm going to add here. If you choose to use a K car, things like the Honda Beat, etc., you must keep the car with its standard driveline, i.e. rear-wheel drive, and with its standard width tyres. Okay? Now this is to not completely make them entirely unusable, but to encourage more interesting stuff from encourage more interesting, different stuff being used in this. If you get drawn 200 horsepower, for example, it's very easy to go and build a Honda Beat, and it's very boring. So we're going to try and encourage some different vehicles. Once I read out your power figure, you are encouraged to go off and build your car so that we can try and get through this as quickly as possible. Now, if we go and drop this up, okay, that's I was going to. There we go. Well, I'm doing that so people can see the names as we go down here. Right, so this is just going to draw me a random... I use the same website for doing lists of stuff. This is slightly unnecessarily complicated. Doesn't really matter. So, Danger Man up first is going... Danger Man has 707 horsepower. Oh, no. Oh, that's not great. 707 horsepower in B class. That is going to be tough. That is going to be very difficult. Rusky. If we do this again, I think it should load. Okay, Rusky. 586. That is also quite a lot. That is a bit more reasonable. There are vehicles that will get away with that one that are not too bad. So, yeah, that's reasonable. Ewan, you are going to have another reasonable figure. 423 horsepower for Ewan. These are still more powerful than a fair amount of B-class cars that you would normally turn up with. I don't know if I said, I will say again, this is for a Tarmac selection of races, so Tarmac only. Okay? Just so everybody is on the same page, Tarmac only for these. Chris, you are up next. Chris, you are going to be running 469. A fairly, again, reasonable amount, maybe a little bit more on the powerful side, but that's not an unfathomable amount of power to be dealing with. Amy, you are going to have, it wants to be around the 400s currently. 443 horsepower for Amy. Right, Shados, come on game. Give Shados 750 horsepower, please. It is going to be... Oh, never mind. Shadows is the other end of the spectrum. 200... Well, Shadows, you didn't want power, and the game has decreed no power for you. 207 horsepower. That's it. That's all you got. Yeah, that might be tough, but we will see how that one works. Mika, you are going to be with 719 horsepower. That's a lot. Good luck. I mean, I'm scared of what Mika's going to go and turn up in with that sort of figure. Right, I think that's all of the filming crew. So, Stallion, you are going to be running 277. It's probably a good sort of power figure for a decent grippy car, that one. Yeah, we've got some low power cars, we've got some very high power cars, we've got a lot in the 400s. But yeah, Stallion, I think that's a good number to work with in big. It will be slow down the straights, but still. So, Nitro, yeah, you can be the next one. You are going to have 230. We're sticking down the 200s now. Okay, another low-powered, high-grip machine for you. Yeah, it's a bit more power than Shadows, less than Stallion. It's somewhere roughly in the middle. And finally, Woody, you are going to have 208. Is another 200s. 283 for Woody in this one. And I say that, the final one is for me, of course. What am I going to have to work with? Here we go. It is... Oh, no. 622. Oh, Drake, are you... Oh, you are in the game. Sorry, your name jumped around. I haven't got a number for you. I will go give you a power figure now. I'm just going to write down mine because I will forget if I do not. Right. And finally, Drake, you will have a more reasonable 407. Yeah, okay. Right. This one here. Oh, what the hell am I going to do? What am I going to do in this one? I mean, the options are... Let's have a look. What have I got in B class? Okay, 700 horsepower is the Welcome Pack Raptor. That is an option to go for. I'm just looking at what I've already got built to give you a rough idea. We know that thing's stupid and pretty much unusable, but funny. Now, this could be one route to go. The Viper, this thing is staggeringly quick in B class, and that's 533. I was still 100 horsepower more needed for something to work, but downgrading a powerful car could be an option. The other option is a big heavy barge, a classic muscle car. The other option is something like one of these on some better tyres. I don't know whether that would realistically work. Yeah, I mean a muscle car or a truck. Have we got? Let's have a quick look. Now, do we have... We learned downgrading cars is really not the worst idea. Could we get that to work? None of these are going to be powerful enough. Okay, well, Rivian is, but that's going to be too powerful, in fact. Because, like, let's say we dropped the PI down on something like that. I can't imagine there's a way I can get an RS6 to work, because I can PI drop it a bit, but I fear the problem is a PI drop something like this and chuck power at it. I don't know how I'm going to get away with it. Let's have a look at buying something. Have we got anything that is roughly around the power I need anyway? We saw that buggy be quite good in A-Class, but it was a weird slick tyre build. I'm not going to hold out for a Ute. It was a bad shout. Very powerful Super Duty is too powerful. I can't use that. That's a weird shout. But not, again, that's one that could work. Because I've got enough PI to get the power that I need out of it. G-Wagon's a terrible shout. They're horrible to drive. Velociraptor, also terrible shout. Ram's too powerful. Should we... I mean, the other thing I'm looking at is things like the Corvette. I don't think there's any powerful, like, trophy trucks down here. Bronco? With some big tyres, the Bronco could work. Very annoying to overtake with the Bronco, maybe. Or the Land Cruiser. Land Cruiser is a bit down on power in comparison. I'm kind of tempted by the Bronco. I've got a lot more PI to play with in the X5, is my thinking. Ooh. This is a shout. No, let's just have it bright yellow. Lamp thing the super shouts I can do a diesel if you feel brave. I mean, that is a way to go, although the diesel, I'm not sure the diesel engine gets. Probably won't get the power I would need for what we're doing here. My real question is what tyres I'm going to get stuck with in this. Because really, ideally I get off these tyres. Oh, that's bad. Well, I don't have any street or sport tyres that I can go to. I was hoping I would. What engine do we get? Oh, for a second I thought that hit it perfectly. It doesn't. I mean, we can definitely get the power. Let's just put twin turbo in it. I mean, unfortunately, I think thing number one, get it to the required power. 605. 620. Okay, so that is within the plus and minus 5 of what we need. So that is fine. I'm going to be happy with that. Can I? Nope. Oh, it gives me a PI to work with. Yes. Then that is all of the yes. Do you have aero? Well, I don't expect you to, but no. Do you have aero? No. Damn it. No aero for me. What can I do with the tyres? Can I get rally? If I can get rallies on this, I'd be quite happy. Oh. That's very close. Crap, can I... I don't think I can get 3 PI down on this. I'm going to have so little brakes. I mean, really, I really want the big tyre widths as well. I mean, okay, 315s at the front aren't bad. Sometimes these will drop it, they don't. Okay, right. Other ways that will drop it are big, silly rims. Okay, we've got it down. We can get heavier wheels. Sometimes a roll cage does, although that doesn't seem to happen much in this game. No, it just makes it better. No! Aha! Now, I am not sold on this being a good choice. That being said, it's an unusual option. It has got decent quality tires. I'd love to get that in because I am concerned. I might be able to. I'd like to be able to tune the gear ratios because they might be a bit duff. I might find a heavier bonnet. There we go. Light bar has dropped me a PI. Okay, we've got a tunable gearbox. 620 horsepower in a Bronco. Is this going to be any good? I really do not know. I've never used the Bronco in this game before, or I don't think in any Forza game, to be honest with you. I think I'm happy with it. The X5 was probably a more sensible option. However, the Bronco's interesting. Shall we see what the others may possibly have brought? Also, Sweg, thank you very much for the saying hi, Alex, and preemptively Apollo. Yeah, Apollo is here. Here's to a cheap joke before someone gets shafted by getting 100 horsepower to work with. What is the Japanese constructor who specialises in building smokestacks drive? A Suzuki chimney. Oh, dearie me. That is going to be a boo to you from me, from chat, and you deserve every bit of it. Padre, thank you very much for the resubscription for the 27th month. Rollcast to you from chat. Chaos Skelly, thank you for the resub. 15th month. Saying this can only go well. Right, here to let the silly, chaotic, and crazy, sometimes normal racing begin. There might be some normal. I'm not sure if there is going to be some normal. That's very low-powered Camaro. That's a choice. Dino's a pretty good shout for a low-powered car here. I could drive over that Dino, I think, if I wanted to. I haven't got a photo of these two cars. Quick! I must collect all of the photos. I might not have a photo of the Bronco. Apparently I did. I guess there's some off-road event at some point. There we go. Kayla, thank you. So it's funny seeing 400 plus horsepower called reasonable when my B-class car is 250. Yeah, it depends on what way you go. I mean, my better B-class cars, what have I got in B-class? Okay, this thing is an absolute monster that I won't use for much because it is, yeah, that is staggeringly OP. Not in this, quite in this configuration, but that thing is insane. That's 319 horsepower. Other relatively solid B-class cars, that Focus isn't bad at 300. I mean, this again, Sleek is very fast, 340. That thing can be very good. But 400 is not a completely unreasonable for these vehicles. As I said, that Viper's probably one of my better ones at 530. So it depends on what you're kind of working with to start with. Corvette also relatively strong. Galant, not bad. So yeah, used to dealing with some more high-powered machines. Okay. We've got some interesting stuff turning up. RS3 and RS4, I think, are here. Waiting to see what some of the more power. Danger Man had over 700 horsepower. No, Mika's got a limo. I did think about doing what Danger Man has done there. I like the EasyJet limo. So we know Mika had well over 700 horsepower. I should have written it down who had what, but I forgot. Danger Man started it off with, I think it was 707. That is going to be tough. I'm going to have a little look at some tyres. We'll see what people are running. Danger Man looks like they have got some sort of sport tyre. It's rally tyres on the Dino. It's slicks on the Camaros. There's a low-powered slick tyre Camaro. I've got rally tyres, of course. Audi. It looks like street or sport. They're definitely not slicks or rallies. Same could be said on the RS4. Corvette's on rallies. The limo is on rallies. It is bizarre, but rallies are often the best sort of compromise between getting some power and getting some grip. Oh, don't tell me Amy's got a limo as well. There's 2 bloody limos. Well, the only good news for me, that is also on rallies. And there is a Golf on... I can't tell what compound the Golf is on. It looks like sport or street again. I don't know the tread difference on those two, but it doesn't look like rally tyres anyway. Have we got everybody? Who are we waiting for? I'm guessing it might be... okay, there's Shadows. Puma's not a bad shout, very low power. Oh no, Rusky's got a limo. Sorry, Amy's got the Golf. Standard tyres and standard brakes on the Golf. I have standard brakes as well. So, I've got a lot more weight. At least this time. I haven't got a picture of that Golf. Right, quickly. Yeah, I have standard brakes. And I weigh a lot. So that should be interesting. The limos, if they get in my way, I am heavy enough. I can push them out of it. Which is nice. You know, sometimes you've got to do it. Sometimes you've got to do it. But yeah, I'm also stuck on stock widths, but at least my stock widths are pretty big, which is something useful. Hopefully that will do the job. Right, I think we're ready to go. I think we've got everybody here. We've got, of the viewers joining, we've got Nitro, I saw Stallion's car about, we saw Woody, and we saw Drake. So I think we are all set. There's some really different approaches, because there has to be. This is the whole point. There has to be some really different approaches, because you are forced to use big power numbers or uncomfortable power numbers. So, time to start some racing. I'll stick with the road. As I said, this was a Tarmac event, so let's stick with the Tarmac. You know what, let's start at Daikoku. I like this track. It's a fun circuit. I'm not sure the big Bronco is going to enjoy this one very much. We will give it a try. I'm just going to try and minimise that. Hopefully that will sit in the right spot. Yeah, I think my truck may be a little bit cumbersome around here. Now, sometimes you find these big SUVs are better than you think. Sometimes they're not. This could go either way. Right, car theme. Anything goes in... Oh, not A-Class. Anything goes. I've been doing too much A-Class racing. P-Class. Right. There we go. Okay, 5 laps at Daikoku. Let's try with our Bronco. Tyscom-ot? I don't know how I'm pronouncing that one correctly, but thank you very much for the subscription. Roadcar salutes to you. Maybe some in the race. Who knows? We will see. Jim Prower, thank you very much for the resub for the 65th month. A roadcar salute to you from chat. Look, 65 months. Thank you so much for the continued support for so long. It is greatly appreciated. Harlequin, thank you for saying hi, Alex and Pets. I hope you're all fine and everything. Yeah, all is good. Warm today, but all is good. I was outside enjoying a little flow. My goddaughter with a tuned up F86 Sabre turbine plate. Goddamn. She forgot to limit below 300 power. Jeez. I've seen some of those things run. The remote controlled turbine. They're so cool. They are very, very cool. I have got one limo in front of me, one limo behind me. I think Shados might have a very frustrating race in that Puma. Either the Puma's going to be really good, or it's going to get stuck in traffic and be miserable. It could go either way. I've tried building a Puma in this game. It used to be staggeringly fast. I really struggled to make it work. Might just be I didn't build it very well, which is very possible. But yeah, I was not as impressed with the Puma as I was expecting to be, I think is the best way to say it. God damn it, he decided to load the race just as I had a drink. Right. Bronco, let's go. Danger Man can't get the power down in the Lightning. Who would have thought that? I have no such issues with the Bronco. How do we handle? Nicely, actually, for a £5,000 truck. It's not actually too shabby. I shouldn't have issues with curbs in this one, is my hope. Danger Man's going to go a little bit too deep through there. There was a limo in ghost mode. Oh, bloody hell, there was a Dino in ghost mode as well. Hello. Don't mind me. All is fine. All is okay. Almost murdered a Dino. I haven't got, because I'm so brick-like in terms. Jesus, my computer's very loud. I was watching the football earlier. My computer is very loud, and that was a very loud Woolaloo in my ear. Everyone's bounced off Amy. I was nice, and didn't do that one. Now we are under threat from Rusky's limo. Oh, I actually completely lost sight of the Golf. I looked to the limo to the side of me, and I couldn't see the Golf over my immense truck. There's one of your problems with massive trucks. Literally, cars will, if they are directly in front of me, I simply cannot see them. I didn't expect that, nor did I think about that particularly. We're going to be a little cautious into turn one. The limo is there looking, but the limo is not going to find any way around there. Never mind, it's going to send it, and it's, oh, well, we've both got dive bombed by an idiot in an Audi. Yeah, I mean, we basically got wrecked out of that one, so that is not ideal. Danger Man's got a lot of straight line speed, but does not quite have the grip in this one. I mean, we're in a bit of like a weird place with the power. We've got a lot of power, but we're actually quite heavy. Oh, we're going to murder. It's this time our turn to murder the Golf. Amy has been a unfortunate victim. That Golf has got so much acceleration. It doesn't really matter so much that I gave it a nudge into a wall. I guess it's got terrible tyres. I mean, that is a way to go. I opted to go for the let's have some half-decent tyres on my car and hope strategy, which can work. But I think what we've ended up doing is we've got our car in this weird sort of middle of no man's land where we've got decent grip but not that much power. So we're just sort of a master of nowhere going on. There is a car on the outside, although there's going to be a very difficult spot to try and get around. We'll go around the outside of Danger Man is not the wisest idea I've ever done, because that thing will just slide about. And we can go through here. Ewan's having a look to the inside, but it's already looking to be too wide. We can sneak through there, get on the brakes down here. Oh, with the Bronco, we do get it stopped and turned at least. We've got a Camaro, a Corvette, and a Lightning all battling us. Danger Man has got the speed there. He's on a very tight line, and we're going to get just boxed out again. Yeah, our car is not very good. Our car is not very good, and we find ourselves boxed out a little bit too much here. We'll go back past Nitro in a straight line. The all-wheel drive on this may come helpful at some point, but that point is unfortunately not yet. Certainly not around here. Ewan's found a concrete post. That's not ideal. Danger Man is there looking. Might be able to try around the outside. Nitro's cut underneath both of us, but then we're both going to leave the Camaro for dead once we get at a straight line. Danger Man's on a terribly tight line. I've got nowhere to go. I got more speed, I think, than Danger Man and the Audi, but have not got anywhere to go to utilise it at the moment. We are trying to fight our way to the inside. Nitro's blocked in between two very big trucks. Yeah, that's going to be a problem for the slick-tyred handling. Yeah, no. Yes. I gave Danger Man a little bit of a hoof, but you were going to try and force your way past. And I said no in that one. I think me and Danger Man have become a moving roadblock at this point. And Danger Man's going to come out of this in front. We have one more lap to go. I'm so much better through turn one than the Lightning. We sorted that one out amongst ourselves. and we have got clear. The Camaro's there to have a look at getting past the Lightning, and then likely to immediately lose out when we get going out the other side. Chris is leading with Stagia, which is quite good going. I think Mika has a limo in second place, which is alarming. Oh, that was very poor from me. I think Dangerman's too far back quite to do anything here, which does help me out massively. But I have got to get the brakes right, which we do. That's useful. Oh, the Audi missed a checkpoint. I'm going to make sure we cover the inside here if Dangerman wants to have a look. Oh, I've overdone it. Didn't even think I was pushing that one under brakes. I really didn't think I was pushing that under brakes. That's a shame. Having worked so hard and done very effectively past Dangerman. Yeah, I think it was maybe more because I was in the middle of the road and I just braked where I would normally for the racing line. Foolish. Foolish indeed. I mean, yeah, okay, so Dangerman, me, and this whole group at the back are miles off the actual competitive vehicles. The scary thing is, in all of this, the limo got the fastest lap of the race. Fair play to Mika. Honestly, getting a limo for the fastest lap of the race. But the Stagia took victory from the limo. The Dino in third. We said it before. The limos are better than you think. Not normally that good. That is considerably better than I was expecting. Now, maybe they'll come undone at some circuits. We will have to wait and see. Yeah. Bronco, I don't think the Bronco's very good. Maybe I should have gone for the BMW. I think maybe what has slightly scuppered me in this one is if I'd had an option for sport tyres, I likely would have run them, but I didn't, and I didn't trust the standard tyres on this. And yeah, I think that's maybe what has made this slightly more difficult for myself. But you know how it goes. Let's try it. I like this track. Right. Anything goes. B class. We will go for a 5-lap race around here. Now, this is definitely more of a handling track. So I say that, Daikoku is one of those that it is surprisingly grip dependent. You do need some straight line speed to be any good at it. Here, I say, is a more traditional handling circuit, if you will. We will see how it goes. Silaska, I don't know, I'm not going to even try and pronounce your whole name, but hey Alex, will you filming crew ever do another Ranking Cars live stream? Quite probably at some point, yeah. They were good fun to do. So yeah, I would not count them off. I'm sure we will have a go at one at a point in the future. They are a big effort to put together and everything, but yeah, there is a good chance you may see. I mean, Chris, with the fastest car in the previous race, has got to the very front. That's fair game. I mean, it screwed over Mika a bit. Stallion and Chris on the podium last time, top 2 in this one. We'll see what we can do. Will this track suit me better? I don't know. I'm probably going to be best off with a lot of stop-start corners, I would think. Because we've got decent turning and we've got decent grip. And we'll have decent traction being all-wheel drive. So, some circuit with a lot of kind of traction zones would probably suit my car quite nicely. The limos are, yeah, just surprisingly good here. Not really going to be able to compete with that. It does surprisingly well for its size. Oh, no, there are cars. We are in ghost mode and we are not in ghost mode all at the same time. Right, Nitro I am not in ghost mode with, but the limos I am. Little Golf is a rocket ship, even if a bit of an uncontrollable rocket ship at that. How fast? Okay, we're quite good through here. Surprisingly, the Bronco closing on the cars ahead. That was a bit of a gamble from me there, diving down to the inside. But I like to see a Stagia doing well, naturally. But, yeah, I'm not sure I've got an answer for that. Stallion's car has vanished out of sight again. That is a real problem for the Bronco here, is you just cannot see. Look, if you're going to try and stick this out the outside, you've really got to be aware of the car you are going up against through there. Try to give space, and in doing so have given a little bit too much space. Yeah, I personally would have been rather wary about going around the outside of a Bronco at turn 2. Tried to give as much space as we could. Oh, well, Ewan has decided they were going through on that one. I think Ewan has waited. Ewan definitely chucked it down there. Right, so we are pulling clear of the pack behind, although I think Ewan is going to be a constant annoyance for the rest of this race. I'm glad my vehicle is big, which means we can get away with being a bit aggressive on some of the curbs and some of these checkpoints. We're near the battle for third. Rusky's limo is chasing after the leader. The Dino's having a go. Stallion to the inside at the final corner is going to get outran by everybody as we head down towards first corner. Now, if they keep fighting, this is good news for me. In theory, we might be able to close up and profit should they make any mistakes, should they slow each other down, banging doors and the like. That could work out really well for me, and for Ewan and for Nitro, for everybody really, coming to join this little group. Right, get on the power. Look at the traction compared to the Golf that just has none. The Golf has so much more straight line speed than me. That's not the way it's supposed to work. The Golf's supposed to outhandle the Bronco, and I'm supposed to outrun it down a straight, but no, we've gone and done things weirdly. I think it's Amy's the one that's kind of holding up these handling cars. Oh, that was very close. Because, yeah, Amy's quick at a straight line. I think I'm going to have difficulties trying to pass the Golf here. I didn't realise Ewan was going to go to the inside there. Sorry, Ewan. I was going to try and cut back for a better exit. I just didn't realise until too late that Ewan was actually going to be shoving the nose of their car up the inside and having a bit of a look there. Now, Stallion is clear in fourth. Yeah, whether I can catch and pass the Golf, I don't know, because we're about to have company as well, which means I can't go too aggressive on the all-out assault chasing the Golf. I'm good under power, of course, through there. Amy's that VW is not pleasant to drive, I think, is the way to sum it up. Now, I think there's more speed through there than I'm currently taking in this. I'm just not sure. Slightly paranoid about missing checkpoints. Slightly paranoid about losing out to the handling cars behind us. Nitro is being brave. There is a Camaro's gap on the outside, but we know that Camaro will not match us in a straight line. That is slick tyres for you. They will give you that sort of grip. It does mean I cannot afford a mistake on this final lap. We have got a Camaro all over the back of us, but it does also mean the thing the Camaro is going to struggle with. If it gets to the hairpin in front of me, I could be in trouble here. Oh no, can't stop it. I will lift and wait on that one. I tried to have a go at getting back past, but I just could not pull it up in time on that line. Ewan's going to be very brave. This is awkward. Oh. Yeah, that is a spot you do not want to be when you've got two better handling cars. Jesus Christ. We've got the go-karts. I am sorry, but yeah, I guess I'm in a Bronco. Oh, okay. Well, I guess you can just go into ghost mode and drive. Sure, I guess you can just make all the racing pointless if you're going to just let them go into ghost mode and just drive through the car. That's yeah. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. My vehicle probably didn't really deserve much more than that. But, yeah. I mean, we weren't really going to likely be winning or anything. I think we sort of matched the golf a little bit. We could keep cars behind by virtue of... I probably should have just let Nitro go or focus on trying to repass. I thought we might be able to get alongside, but I misjudged my braking a little bit too much, unfortunately. So, yeah, a little bit scruffy from me. But it's a fun race. The Bronco is very much a... it's not completely useless, but there's not very much good about it. I think that's probably the best way to sum it up. Right, let's go over here. That would make sense. Stallion saying, I think me rejoining from Rewind ghosted everybody. That could well explain it, yeah. Because if you're up ahead, Mr. Checkpoint, rewound and exited, that would probably... You timed it perfectly for Shadows. Shadows was the big beneficiary from that one. Right. Let's go. Anything goes in B-class event settings. Let's go 4 laps around here. You know what? Let's go heavy rain. And it should be fun. Now, this is a fast track. One of the faster tracks in the game. So, yeah. I don't really know. I think Danger Man's lightning might not be too bad here if Danger Man can keep it under control, which is not an easy thing to do because he's going to slide a lot more. All-wheel drive will help me, but it's not going to make up. I mean, Chris has got all-wheel drive in the Stagia, which so far is 1-2 races. The front-wheel drive limos are probably going to be strong, continue to be strong. I never understand how they are so... how they are so quick, they really shouldn't. Right. We'll get underway soon. I did miss a donation. Thank you very much. Eve Cat for a donation. Just saying meow, meow, meow. Give treats. That is the Eve way. That is the Eve way. I was currently munching on something, but I'm not actually sure what it is. I think it's the bone he had. Can't see it. I think so, though. Swag, thank you much for the donation. Geez, some US pickup trucks have huge blind spots, so you can't see directly in front directly. I didn't know some vehicles had such poor visibility from third-person view. Honestly, I didn't even think about that. That's twice now I've found cars completely invisible to me, which is terrifying. Oh, okay. Yeah, not as much grip as I was expecting through turn 1 there. But it's fine. I expect the stage here to come through the pack, and yeah, I can't imagine it's going to have too many problems here. Right, come on, Bronco. Danger Man is sliding about. AB leads with the Golf. AB could be very difficult to overtake in this. That Golf gets out in front. We've seen how fast it is in a straight line, and this track is very quick. We are going to go and pass Nitro. We know that's only got 200 and something horsepower. But it has got slicks, although in the wet they shouldn't be any good. Seems to be working all right. Danger Man is going to pass me down one of these straights soon, once that thing gets going. No. A little too ambitious on the braking zone there from me. Still, I don't know where the braking zones are in this car. We're still guessworking it at the moment. Here we go. The Bronco is going to power past. Danger Man struggled with that final corner, but the Ford is now flying towards turn 1. Let's get that stopped for the first corner. Chris is all the way up into... Chris has just built a very, very strong car. I don't know whether the rest of us have built duff cars, seeing as the limos are incredibly competitive, or whether that stage here is genuinely very good in B-class. I mean, it's possible. I'm glad to see it doing well. Right. Oh, truck. Please behave. It doesn't feel very comfortable, if I'm being honest. However, it'll be fine. It'll be fine, I think. We'll clear a Danger Man for now, unless Danger Man can get clear of Nitro and suddenly do some amazing things. Bronco, behave. Wall there. It's fine, we brushed the wall. No massive harm done. Shadows up ahead, very little power. That is the least powerful car here. And you can see it's got immense grip, but is that going to be enough down these long straights? Chris is caught up to the Golf up at the front. We are closing in on Shadows at the moment. Danger Man is closing in on Nitro and may have a go into turn 1, but I don't know if Danger Man is going to have the grip to pull it off into turn 1. Yep, has got clear. Good stuff from my fellow Ford. We're chasing down a Ford as well. A very different type of Ford up ahead. British designed Ford, the Puma. I think it was. Could be wrong though. I'm sure chat will correct me if I am. On Bronco go. Amy's still holding off against that Stagia. The sheer straight line speed of the Golf is doing good things. We are much closer than we were last time around, if any, to the group ahead. We've sort of found ourselves in this very no man's land sort of place here. We will try. I think I'm going to try on this final lap. Oh, I asked too much of the brakes there. Trying to gain some. I mean, even if I got it right, I still think we're going to end up just too far back from them. We are clear of Danger Man. I don't think we're under any immediate pressure from the Lightning. Oh, which is a good thing, because that was too brave into turn 1. Yeah, I am not a particular fan of this Bronco. It was an idea. It was one of those ideas that this could have worked really well, but it simply isn't. Maybe if Ewan slows down Shadows. Yeah, if we had a better final lap and Ewan slows down Shadows, maybe we could have got 7th in this. It's not quite the worst car here, this, but it's not far off. This is pretty much my... I mean, none of the massively high... Well, Mika's high-powered limo is doing okay. I presume that's an all-wheel drive limo, because I don't think you'd put that much power through the front wheels. And it is. It's the Stagia leading from 2 limos again in this one. It's scary that none of us could build cars to beat limos, apart from Chris. What does that say about us lot? Shadows could not find a way past Ewan. Ewan is going to outrun the Puma to the line. We are going to sit in no man's land, which has very much been where this vehicle is, about 8th place through the majority of this session. Yeah, weren't quick enough. I think I could have got into the 13s maybe with a better final lap, but it was never going to be much more than that. The Golf took 2nd in the end. It outran the limos to the line, I assume. Damn. Yeah, there we go. Stagia 3 out of 3. We will do one more race, and then we will go and build some A-class cars after this. Yeah, we watched a fun battle ahead of us and a fun battle behind us, and that was it. that was it. Yeah, I think the X5 would have been better than this. I think the X5 I would have maybe been able to go on the maybe a different compounded tyre, or maybe a different compounded tyre, maybe some bigger tyres or less weight, those sort of things would have been probably have been a better way to go. The Bronco was, oh, that's the capture button. The Bronco was a brave choice, and it is not a choice that I would make again. I think it's the best way to sum it up. You know, you win some, you lose some. This is very much an 8th place, an 8th place sort of a day. Can we do better here? Maybe. The Golf might not like this very much. My vehicle is big, but it's not bad handling. It's just sluggish. we will see whether, yeah, the Golf likes it. Honestly, that's probably my best shout. Is trying to beat the Golf on a very horrible, twisty track. If I can get ahead of some handling cars, I could also be an absolute nightmare. That could help me, because I'll be difficult to pass. But we will see. Chaos Skelly, thank you very much for the gifted sub. A rolled car. Salute to you from chat. Haven't rolled the Bronco yet. Might roll the Bronco, but you never know. I do also agree with Stalin. Yeah, the Bronco is a bit too draggy. It's probably pretty accurate. I mean, it's a box. Well, it's a box with a box on top of it. Yeah, it's probably not. It's not really designed for this sort of thing, funnily enough. Shadows on pole ahead of Drake's RS3, Camaro, Corvette, Golf ahead of me. The limos are at the back. Chris has got to work for this one, although I don't think it's going to matter. I think the Stagia will go through without any problems, particularly the Lightning. The rear-wheel drive is going to struggle getting off the line, perhaps. No, maybe the Lightning won't be too bad here, although it's going to be a bit of a handful on a very twisty course. Golf has shot off the line. We're off the line pretty rapid. All-wheel drive traction is going to help with that one. We are a bit sideways through turn one. We are not ideal situation for us. If we can get ahead of Ewan, and Nitro before the ghost mode ends, that'd be very useful. Sadly, we do not. Oh, there's a Lightning to the outside. I did not realise. I was busy looking to the inside at Mika. Oh, well, Mika's crashed into an RS3. We're going to end up across in front, and that's important. I mean, it might not matter so much down the next straight, because I think Mika's got, that's a terrible line through there. I think Mika's got more straight line speed than me regardless. I was too tight to the inside on that corner. I am not going to risk getting fed into a pillar through there. Can't do anything about Stagia. God, the Stagia is quick. On to the brakes we head. I can't Stagia is not a small car, and when it's in front of me, I completely lose sight of it. Can I throw a move up the inside here? I mean, okay, could I have done? Yeah, probably, but I think I would have lost out very quickly anyway. So it's almost not worth. It's almost not worth the time lost to do it. Oh, that's been a bit all over the place. I think the straights here are long enough that the Golf can remain competitive in this, which is a shame for me. Oh, dropped a sign on me. Shadows leads from Nitro. So the two max handling, very low PI cars are doing well here. What have we got? We've got a limo behind us again. Amy's missed a checkpoint. Haha! Limo's going to go to the outside, which is fine. You're not going to get around there. Oh, it just wants to rotate the rear under brakes. It's horrible. Like, really not helping me, that one. That time we managed to get it. I don't know whether it's locking or quite what it is. You see it a few times with cars in here that, yeah, they just want to rotate the rear under braking. I'm assuming it's something I've done wrong with the build. Or Stallion's having a look, but not really a good overtaking spot, that one. Because you're going to end up in an awkward, yeah, you should be on an awkward, horrible line. You pulled away from the Dino down here, which I would hope so. Shadows continues to lead. Mika's up to second. The Stagia is on the move as well. Don't miss a checkpoint, because that would be unfortunate. We will try our best to keep our vehicle in check here. Alright, Stallion is all over the back of us. Although this is not really a... Okay, if I look behind, I also can't see. I'll have to rely on the radar a little bit. So it's difficult to look at the radar when you are trying to get your car through the course. It's obviously a little bit blinky, but nothing too bad. And we're not close enough to really be affected by the by any slight lag there. Now we know, yeah, the Dino's going to get to our outside here, but that is the wrong side of the final corner. And if I will get round here, get the checkpoint, can I outrun the Dino in a straight line? You really don't want to go directly in front of me because I will just completely and utterly lose sight of you. Yeah, I don't have the braking performance on this. Cannot pull off any of those sort of manoeuvres. Launch it over the curb a little bit, you'll get away with it in the Bronco. So Chris leads from Shadows, and then it is Mika. Nitro's up in fourth. The full slick-tired Camaro working well here. I wondered whether it might struggle with a lack of straight-line speed around this track in some places, but making enough lap time in the corners. This is a pretty fiddly circuit, so this is about to come under threat from, I think, the limo. I don't think Ewan's catching us by the end of the race. This has been a distinctly 8th place car. I think we're only really where we are thanks to a Amy mishap with a checkpoint and the Golf probably not liking this circuit. Combine those two and yeah, not going to go well for the Golf. That's a bit... Oh. Okay, well we survived that. Just. But I will say only just. There's a really big battle for seconds still occurring between a limo and a Ford Puma, which is weird. What's going on further back? Danger Man, yeah, the lightning's not quite working. I'm kind of glad I didn't end up with that one. It was very much a possibility. I guess we would have had 100 less horsepower, so it might have gone a different way with it, but I think it would have also been a difficult one to make work. Yeah, 622 horsepower, 620 as we ended up. It's quite a lot for B class. I think you could make this work. Mika's making more power work with a limo. I think you could make this work. No, I was far too brave. Chris has missed a checkpoint. It's not going to be a clean sweep for Chris. I mean, it was going to happen at some point, but yeah, the Stagia by far and away the best car, which I think was in the 400 horsepower range. I do not remember exactly. I should probably have done, but yeah, the Stagia easily. The sad thing is, the Stagia is easily the best car here, followed by 2 limos. What have we done? We have been useless. Chris, you've missed another one. Oh, Chris. How have you managed that? Honestly impressive at this point. That is very impressive. 10 out of 10. Well, by the looks of it, we might end up now with 6th place. I mean, it's the best finish for the Bronco, I think, but not really from actual competitive pace. Would have been interesting to fight the Golf and to see where that might have come had it not missed checkpoints. I've had a bit of an iffy final lap, which has not helped, and has got Ewan significantly closer to me in this one. We will weave through here. Yeah, clonk the curbs a little bit. Ewan is there. Ewan is right there. But as long as I don't have too much of an adventure through the final corner, I mean, I'm pushing it as hard as I can because I need to. Bracken still wants to move around so much. Yeah, Ewan's had a really good final lap. It won't be enough though. Scruffy final lap from me didn't help. Considerably scruffy final lap there. Did not help, but yeah, that will be a 6th place. The limos get a 1-2. The Puma up into 3rd, ahead of the Camaro having its best race. Stallion's Dino was rapid in 5th, ahead of the Bronco that was crap. Ewan got the hang of the Corvette at the end. Amy missed a checkpoint. Danger Man would beat Chris, who missed 2 on the final lap. But honestly, it should have been a Stagia clean sweep. It was not. So there we go. The limos don't fit on the podium. Fantastic. Right. There you have it. We are going to now re-roll. We are going to go again. I think I've got a wheel spin. No, wheel spin. We're getting to level 200. Never mind. Yeah, so we are going to now build A-class vehicles. These vehicles are going to be for mixed surface races. I'm not going to say completely off-road because a lot of the dirt tracks do encompass some tarmac sections. But yeah, so these are going to cover a multitude of surfaces for this. Now, no, we'll say we're only an hour in, so we'll stick with this lobby for now. I'm just going to check something. Yeah, okay. So a reasonable power figure. So we're going to try, you know, okay, I got 622 for an A-class buggy. So yeah, it's going to be off-road. The power options for you are going to be between 300 and 900 horsepower. You know, I'm going to head to the festival site if people want to teleport over there, just so everybody is together and so on. I mean, it's not exactly all that significant, but just nicer having all the cars here. So, everybody is going to be drawn a power figure between 300 and 900. You must then use that power, plus or minus 5 horsepower, to build your vehicle to A-class. And this is for a off-road / multi-surface event. So you will be tackling these sort of cross-country and dirt tracks and that sort of stuff. So, shall we begin? Everyone is connected. We will go the other way through the... Okay, Russell's going to reset their game. That's fine. We will go the other way through. There is gone through the list. So, here we go. Here is the setup. The names are all in a weird order, so we will start with Mika. Mika, you are going to have 376 horsepower. I mean, it's going to be a low-powered car, not the worst idea. It's going to be small and light, I suspect, but there you go. 376 horsepower for Mika. Amy is going to have 607. More reasonable in A-class. 607 isn't a crazy amount of power to be running in A-class, so yeah, we'll see what that can come up with. Chris, you are going to be running 382. Might actually be less horsepower than your B-class car. So, yeah, okay, that's fine. Ewan, you are up next, and you will be running 476, a very reasonable amount of horsepower for A-class, sorry. To give you a lot of options as to what you might want to drive. Woody, you are going to be also on the sensible end of the spectrum. 497 horsepower for you. Stallion, you are going to be with 521. The randomizer is being relatively kind. It is relatively kind. Shadows, come on 900. Come on 900. Come on 900 horsepower. You know you want to, game. You know you want to. It is 736. Well, it's not quite. It's not quite the top. But you have now got a lot of power. So, yeah, that's. It's not too bad. I am worried I might get much worse. Nitro, your name was up there and it's got moved. Nitro, you've gone from one end last time to the other end this time. 834. Yikes. I will just say good luck to you. That's probably not going to be very pleasant. Right, who have we not? Drake and Dangerman, I think, are the two that we haven't got yet. So, Drake, you will be using 735 horsepower. Again, quite high. Not the most ridiculous, but relatively high in this. And Dangerman, you shall be using 675. Last two, well, there is me, there is Rusky whenever Rusky gets reconnected. So I will draw mine next. I am going to be running 775. Oh, game. Why? It's just, no. Behave. Behave, Forza. 775. I mean, it's okay. In A class, this is not great.
Welcome back, Alex.
Okay, let's okay. First things first. Let's have a look at some of my A class stuff that I might want to use. Something like a Land Cruiser. It's not completely out of the question. I mean, we're gonna have to be. Something like a Hellcat could work. Bear in mind, though, I said this is off-road. Remember, on this one, you are going to be off-road. So, trucks aren't a death sentence. Oh, we also need power for Rusky. Hold on, Rusky has joined. Rusky, 821. Yeah, okay, we've got some very powerful. We need some very powerful vehicles going on in here. So, yeah, 821 horsepower for Rusky. Oh, wait, how much can I rejig? Oh, I bet I can rejig that. Is there another option similar? I'd probably be better off the Bronco for this one, to be fair. Have we got any? I don't really think. I mean, the Raptors could be good. I don't think that's very good. I don't trust any of the actual purpose-built off-roaders to be any good in this, which I appreciate is a bit silly, but they just traditionally haven't been. Something like that could be interesting. The reason why the Trailcat is so good is it's so light. It's very powerful and surprisingly light for what it is. That is not. That'll never get the power in A class. Trackhawk is another option. I mean, the other possibility. See, the problem is, Dan saying I grab a rally car, but you're not going to get 700 horsepower in A class. It'll be too light. So, to probably be too light. The other thing that I could utilize, I mean, the X5 is actually probably a really strong shout in this. Does this game have the Jag an SUV? You know, the TRX could work. That TRX is not a bad shout at all here. If we don't have the old Alfa Romeo SUV either, that would probably be quite strong. Maybe could work. Maybe like there's a Coma. You know what? I think the TRX actually have one. Okay, let's try and build it. It's not under Dodge, is it? It's under Ram. Yep. Ram, here we go. TRX. So I need to get 775 horsepower out of this before we start doing anything else. We will need off-road race tyres. We'll try and take out whatever weight we can. Ooh. Well, I'm not sure that's going to let me get any bigger tyres, but we'll try it. Okay, we will need. I mean, we don't need astronomical amounts of power. There's maybe a supercharger upgrade. Nope, but that's got astronomical amounts of power written on it. 778. Yep, there we go. That's the power that we needed. So, things we definitely need. 365s, yes. I actually think this would have been a better B-class car than the thing I ended up driving. This would have been the way to go. Oh, we can have many different light bars. We cannot have any aero on it. Can you have a wing? I'm gonna guess no. No, you can. I can bring bits of a transformer. I don't really know what that's for. Storing bikes or gear of some sort. None of this is good. None of this is good either. Maybe I should have gone with like the K10 or something, the older trucks. Don't know whether I'll be able to drop enough weight out of this. This might not work. I've just realised this might actually not work for a completely different reason, because I'm not sure I can get this at the top of A class. I think this would actually need more power to get this to the top of A class. I genuinely don't think I can do it with 700, unless something like this gearbox gives it a crap ton of PI, which it doesn't. We're already halfway through A class. Yeah, there's nothing I can do either. Slick tail. This might actually be an interesting A-class race car with. That's not going to work. Because it's just too heavy. Maybe then the other option, the other much scarier option. Do I have one of the old classic pickups? Jeep JT could be strong. Oh, what about something like that if it can get a big engine? Actually, now having problems. I wasn't expecting to have these issues. Right, so these two are a possible for making it work. I did. That could work along the lines of a trail cat, I think. Maybe. I guess the other option might be something like the Forerunner or Tacoma. Tacoma's slightly lighter. Right, let's try this. If this doesn't work, I'm going to use a trail cat. Basically, that is the options. Because this is much lighter to start with. And that should be good news for me. I'm hoping it should get a powerful enough engine to get up to 775 horsepower. We'll need quite a chunk of power, mind you. Alright, 4-litre V8 twin turbo. I don't know what engine this is from, but 120, 190, that's too much. Oh, it's the GRGT. Well, that is an unusual engine to find in a truck, but that's fine. We need a little bit more. That's too much. 171. That is within the power that we need. Fantastic. You don't have a wide body kit, which is a bit of a shame. I would have liked much bigger. Yeah, it may be a little bit under-tired, this car. I say that putting 315s on it, but it still may well be the case. Cool, we can have a snorkel. That's great. That's what we need on Forza. Brakes. Let's chuck all the weight out of it I can. You're not even going to get there either. I just wanted a truck. And that's just not a way I can do that. How is this so far? I'm really surprised that's so much lighter as well. Right, hopefully. I'm now slightly worried my trail cat plan won't work. Because right, reset to default upgrades. Sorry, I know you're a very good car. So I think we're going to end up getting compromised on something. I'm not quite sure what, but that's too much. Probably tyres. That's way too much. 146. 160. This should get it there. 772. Fantastic. Actually, it might be weight that we get compromised on a bit. So we start on off-road compound tyres. We get 3, 4, 5s at the front. That's good. 3, 4, 5s all round. no wide body kit or anything. I guess, yeah, now we just try and shove brakes on it. I mean, we want to make it as light as possible. I guess we're going to have to do that. It's gonna be frustratingly not quite good as it could be. Slightly less power and less weight would 100% be the way to go. Now I can just shove the race gearbox in it. Can I get the PI elsewhere? Do we reckon the clutch is worth that? So I don't really care for the race transmission, and the reason why is I use manual and clutch. The advantage to the race transmission is minimal to me. So what I am going to try and do, if I can, is to... don't do front, all of them. If I can get more weight out of it, I think that's better for me. Minus 53 pounds. I mean, I guess it is a big truck. Right, where are the... So I normally just go Team Dynamics ones. 53 pounds. That's good. Don't know if this makes any difference. Oh, okay. That just makes them much bigger. Sometimes, right, rim size can actually increase PI. It increases weight slightly, but sometimes it helps with the sidewall or something. I don't know how it works. We've got no tyre widths to go to. Did we do clutch? I think I skipped it. Okay, we can do clutch. Got the diff. Got the drive shaft. Honestly, if I'm 2 PI down, I'm not fussed. Unless one of these adds, like, 2 horsepower. Well, I mean, that puts us a slight bit over. It's like just neutral in terms of PI, sure. Might as well. Can't put anything more on that. Okay. I'm happy with that. I think it's better to go that way, because we've got things like the clutch and the flywheel and stuff that I wouldn't get on it if I'd got the race gearbox, and I think that's the way to go. I think that's the way to go. We'll see. We will see. 775 horsepower for my... Well, that's a very different direction. It's RX-7 rally car. There is an R8 rally car. I mean, Nitro did have to have a lot of power, so I guess the Rivian makes sense. Now, I know for a fact the Jeep is good. There is a random selection of vehicles here. Yeah, Shadows has gone along the lines that I was. Had a little bit less power to work with. There's some very unusual off-roaders. There's a couple of us. So Drake's not quite top of A-class. I am 2 PI down, but it's only 2 PI. I'm not going to worry about that. So, yeah, I think we are all ready to go. So I was the one. Little video. That's going to get murdered by some big trucks at some point. I hope it's me that does the murdering. I guess that's one way to do it. I guess Chris can't see Stallion. Amazing. Amazing. Yeah. I think we're all ready to go. We will go and do some off-road races now. Alright, dirt racing, cross-country races. Where do we want to begin? What's a fun track? I don't like that track. This track's a fun track. Let's go start off over here. Yeah, like the Trailcat. I know the Trailcat's a solid A-class vehicle. This build is a tiny bit compromised from what I would really like from it, but it's not... It's not ridiculously compromised. It's I think a reasonable compromise for just a little bit more power and a little bit more weight. Right, we want to go 5 laps here. Let's go. Let's begin. Let us see. Place your bets. Will the Trailcat be good? Will I have... It looks very silly on the Team Dynamics wheels, but will I have done something good? Or will I have not? Probably not. Most likely not. But you never know. I can live in hope. I can live in hope the trail cat is going to save me. It has very much been a power-hungry day for my building. BYO Battleship, by the way, thank you very much for the 5 gifted subs. A big rollcast salute to you. Thank you so much for your generosity. Also, Michael the Kiwi, thank you very much for the donation. Saying happy cold and dark Monday morning from New Zealand on the shortest day of the year. It's very warm and muggy over here. Enjoy the racing before heading to work. Time for a classic. Why did the traffic lights turn red? Because it had to change in front of everyone. You definitely get a boo for that one. You are most definitely getting a boo from that one. From me, from chat, but I do thank you for the donation. Trailcat starts on pole. We have an RS6 behind us, then the Rivian, then an Audi R8. Let's see what happens. Trailcat, don't let me down. I have championed you through multiple Forza games, so yeah, hopefully you will be good. Does handle nicely. it's got grip. It's got turn into these corners. See, I would have been happy to run the Ram, the TRX. I actually think that would have been a solid option for this. It's just because of its weight, I physically had to use a lot more power than I had been allotted for this, which makes this is what makes this challenge interesting. Trying to build cars this way, because you have ideas, but they may not necessarily work out the way you intended. I have a feeling that R8 or whatever it was behind us might be slightly faster in the corners. It's changed a lot what's behind me. I will probably be one of the quicker vehicles in a straight line from this group. Everything would be all-wheel drive. I can't imagine anybody would. In A-Class, with these sort of power figures, I can't imagine anybody's risking trying to run two-wheel drive. It's not likely to work. So, yeah, you are going to be running an all-wheel drive car. We have got, I think it was a Legacy behind me, but I've got to deal with some tight corners first, and then I'll have a look. It's the Vivio, and I'm not sure what Stallion is driving. It does look like a Legacy of some sort. The tiny Vivio is on its way. I know Chris has got under 400, I believe it's got under 400 horsepower in this one, so you are a bit more limited in what you can do in terms of options for that sort of vehicle as well. Now, we are going to jump over the crests with the Trailcat and chuck it into these final couple of corners. It is working wonderfully, although we are being hunted a little bit by the Vivio, although we've made, basically, yes, as I said, they catch me in the corners. We have got some straight line speed, although the Vivio is tiny and light, so it's got good acceleration on. I think I might have more composure maybe than the Subaru. But yeah, while I have got probably twice the power of it, it's also half the weight, so its acceleration is 0 to 60 is still very, very strong. This is not a romping away to victory from the Subaru. They're very much keeping me honest. My big plus side for the Trailcat is I have huge tyres. I've got just absolutely... I would imagine all the Vivio's tyres put together might just about match one of the Trailcat's tyres, which does make my life much easier around here. I've got so much grip. The Vivio's having a look. It's going to try and right. It's got so much acceleration. Yeah, it's absolutely nuts, that one. But it does not look fun. Yeah, so I've actually got... yeah, I've got so much more turning grip in this. The Subaru does not turn into a corner. I cannot afford to slide about, however. That's what will get me in trouble. I've got to be smooth, and my vehicle does also weigh twice the Vivio, so we can nerf it out of the way. It's a little... didn't really intend to... I wasn't quite prepared for how much faster I was going to be in the corners than that. It's staggering how much more grip that I've got in this. We're going to have to not slide out the final turn. I'm definitely vulnerable at the final corner because the Subaru launches onto the straight very well. So if I'm sliding through here, we could be in trouble. That's better. Might still be in trouble. The Subaru's had a wobble. The Subaru's out very wide in that last corner. So, yeah, it's not quite going to be close enough. Stallion's holding on with the legacy, just can't quite match mine and Chris's pace here. Similar for Mika with the Alfa Romeo. None of the other trucks are really working. Oh, that's gone very wide. That's gone very wide for me. That was sloppy. Chris is going to look around the outside. I'm not sure that Subaru is going to like that. No, he's got no grip to do it. Stallion might actually buy into this. Won't match the acceleration of the tiny Subaru. Come on, Jeep. Use that traction. Get out of the corner. Scruffy starts in this lap. Was a bit unfortunate for me. We're going to have to be mega good through here. Can't afford to slide my car. I'm going to park it on the apex of that one. You can see just the grip we've got. Chris is going to try and find a gap that's never going to exist. The trail cat comes good. The trail cat comes good. We hold off the Vivio. A little bit scruffy for me on the final lap, which didn't help. But there we go. The Jeep will claim victory ahead of the two Subaru. Stallion in third, ahead of Mika's 4C. Charlotte's got the 4Runner up into fifth, ahead of the Rivian in sixth. The Audi, driven by Amy, was seventh, ahead of Rusky's Cuda. RS6, RX7, Range Rover, and Bentley would round out the table. Danger Man's Bentley, not quite working at this particular track. May well come good at some other ones though. We did get fast. Yeah, we did get fastest lap of the race actually. Yeah, that was a very good race. That was a very good race. A very good tussle between, well, I guess, three very, very different cars. You really couldn't have. Well, I say you couldn't. You could, but yeah. I just see Chris in chat shouting, "This thing is uncontrollable." Yeah, I noticed. Terrifying. It's very quick, but it is not very drivable. Is pretty much what I expected from it. But yeah, there we go. Now, for our next race, where do we want to go? Actually, I like this track. This track's good fun. Cross-country circuit around the golf course. Nitro saying, yeah, the Rivian is hurt by maximum tyre size only being 295s. That seems oddly low for a very heavy truck, considering some of the ridiculous tyre sizes Forza is putting on tiny cars, which I think is something that should be addressed. Yeah, no, that's ridiculous. It's a slight shame we've got so many of these tiny cars with 3, 4, 5 tyres that simply shouldn't be on it. I mean, I don't know whether you could, in theory, in reality, manage it. Maybe you could. You'd probably have to modify a bunch of stuff. I think the fact is more that it just completely ruins the balance of the game. Tyre widths are the single best, way to go for power. Sorry, for PI. This is kind of a shame that they have put weird, oversized tyres on what would already be fast cars. It's not like they were slow cars that need it. It's not like they were cars that were never going to be used, so put the big tyres on them to try and make them useful. The Golf Rally, the Starler were always going to be very quick in this game. They're the sort of cars that are always very fast. The Beat as well. And yeah, it seems unnecessary. Seems unnecessary, but there you have it. Baitcaster, thank you very much for the 1,000 bits. It is very much appreciated indeed. Right, we are going racing. What can the Trail Cat do? Should be strong here. I actually think it'll be stronger here than the first circuit, because unlike, just noticed the wheels say V8 supercars on. Are those the actual wheels that that they ran on the V8 supercars? I mean, it wouldn't surprise me. Team Dynamics do supply a lot of race series. I guess they could be. They do sort of look like some of them. Well, we're at the back. So, yeah, I think the Vivio is going to be a nightmare to drive here. Be very fast, but not very controlled. The The 4C might be a bit low. The Legacy, I think, might be the better of the pack that were behind me. The Forerunner could come good here. I do think this will be more my track than the first one, but we will have to wait and see. The Forerunner gets off the line nicely, probably lighter than me, but we will have to see how it goes. Now, that's going to be a bit of a slide through there, but that's okay. Launch it. Do we land nicely? We do. Fantastic stuff. Oh, we come out of ghost mode. Sorry, I was admittedly looking at the cars ahead, thinking, we were all still in ghost mode, not realising they were still in ghost mode because they were side by side with each other. But there you have it. Mika leads from Chris. Then it is Nitro. Then it is Rusky. Stallion is there with the Legacy. I'm going to try and chuck it through here and carry some momentum. Rusky's bouncing around. Can we carry speed to the outside? Oh, the Vivio's gone very wide. I've got even wider. Didn't realise that narrowed up, or forgot that narrowed up through there. That was foolish. Oh, RS6 is going to. Oh, well, RS6 is going to come past, as is a Bentley. I think Danger Man might have gambled on some rally tyres rather than off-road race, which may well work on some of the other tracks we go to, but does not work on these ones currently. Yeah, okay, from what was expected to be a strong track for me, I've had a scruffy start to this. I've got a lot of work to do here to try and make up some time. Yeah, to catch these cars ahead. There's some ghost moding going on, which is always find a little bit weird, where it occasionally just decides, yeah, actually what we need now is some ghost mode in the middle of your race. We might be able to clear the RS6 here. We do. Better line through the hairpin has worked out nicely for me. Now, can we run flat all the way through here? I'm going to say I'm pretty sure we can. I have the confidence to do that. Mika continues to lead the way. This time it's Nitro out wide. Rusky very wide as well. Oh, Nitro clipped the wall. Yeah, Nitro did exactly what I did last time around in this one. Rusky and Shados on incredibly different lines, having adventures, which is understandable through that section. If you are on very different lines, it's difficult to keep track of each other. But we're not out of this one completely, I don't think. We're not massively quicker than anybody here, but we are not out of contention. That was way too big of a jump for me. Should have been smarter through that section. Yeah, you actually want to run. It's tempting to try and turn in early for that corner. You actually, I think, want to run wider to avoid the bump if you can. This is a big gaggle of cars. I'm a bit late on the brakes. We're very similar lap times to Mika's 4C at the moment. Although we actually made a second up through there. I don't know whether that was through the water, maybe, that the 4C struggles a little bit. Vivio is trying to close in, but of course the Vivio is wild and out of control half the time. Now, through this section we go. I'm aiming for the narrow part of the water if we can. Can I take a dive to the inside of Shados and get this stop, get this turn? We can, and we are past. We move into 5th place. Rusky battling with Stallion here. We're in the battle for the podium now for sure. Might run out of laps. Oh, Shados out wide. Big time wide through there, has lost some time. We might be in the battle for the podium now. That was much better line for me through that one. Can I cut underneath Stallion here on the exit? Use the Trailcat speed! Almost. But we are going to side up the inside. I might struggle to hold it. No, perfect slide job from us. We'll get our car slid right in front of the Legacy. Nothing Stallion could do about that one. We've got the power down. We are now chasing Rusky. Chris is to the lead of the race. We've got so much drive through the water that the Hemi Cuda doesn't have. Rusky's on a terrible line through here. Will Rusky hold on to it? Nope, Rusky's gallivanting. Rusky's had a massive accident. Rusky trying to hold on to that inside line is always going to be very difficult. And yeah, didn't work. Didn't work for the Heavy Cuda. I don't care about the water. The water's irrelevant to me. We've got so much ground clearance and so much power that we can just go through it. Now, Chris leads. Mika is ahead of us. Second place is on the cards for us here as we barrel down towards the first corner. Oh, Mika's turning way earlier than I wanted to through that one. I mean, Chris has got clear. We're going to go cut back underneath an Alfa Romeo, and we do launch ourselves up into second place. I think Chris has figured out the Vivio and is probably, oh, I say untouchable through there. I was on a bit of a tight line and, well, Mika took a different approach through that corner. It's fine. If the Vivio doesn't try and murder Chris, funnily enough, we aren't catching it. But we have worked our way up into second place. And honestly, from that first lap, I'm happy enough with that. That is a remarkably good recovery. Yeah, the Vivio's really fast in a straight line, but everywhere else around this lap, we absolutely reel it in. Because I have got the grip that thing lacks and the composure that thing lacks. Would have been a really interesting battle between me and Chris had I not goofed it up at the start and had to really fight our way back. It's a second place for a Trail Cat. Reversal of the first race. Chris will take victory. We are second with fastest lap of the race. Just by a tenth ahead of Mika's 4C. Shadows gets the Forerunner up into 4. I said the trucks would probably be a bit better here. And they did come true. Stallion in 5th with the Legacy. Rusky ended up in 7th. Unlucky, Rusky got caught on a tight line and gallivanted off into the foliage, because that was not bad. The Cuda was better there. Amy's R8 would be 8th. The RS6, 9th. Yeah, Danger Man clearly running rally tyres. You and probably Mr. Checkpoint would be my guess back there. It's just Chris is saying I've created an audiobook about the Vivio called Help. It has about 89 chapters of just shouting help constantly. That Vivio, it looks terrifying to drive, to be honest. It looks absolutely terrifying to drive on there. But oh, you have a wheel spin. Fantastic. I'll get an Alpha 33, it'd be lovely. 40 grand less lovely, if I'm honest with you. So, yeah, there we go. Right, I am going to go to Container Land. Let's go and see what we can do here. Now, for anybody who opted to run rally tyres, you're in probably good stead at this track. Because, yeah, that's... you do know, right, Ewan, when I said mixed surface, I did say we were doing the off-road stuff. Just that these are not all fully dirt. I wasn't doing tarmac races. No, that wasn't what was intended by that. It was just the point of that some of the dirt tracks, and I hadn't decided what dirt tracks I was going to run. Some of them are actually more tarmac than they are dirt, which is a bit weird. There's a couple of very long dirt tracks in this. Weirdly, there are some very long dirt tracks in this game compared to the tarmac circuits, which is a choice, I guess. Alright, 4 laps around here. These are quite quick vehicles. Used a Trail Cat around here before, actually. It was quite fast. So, I think the Vivio is going to be... terrifying here. It's likely to be very... Oh, did it crash because someone joined the convoy as I... Maybe. Yeah, place your bets. What's going to happen to the Vivio? I have a suspicion it might not be the most composed thing. It might get to the lead. It might be stunningly fast accelerating, but I can imagine Chris is going to be shouting help a lot as it tries to tackle, you know, some of the climbs, some of the corners, some of the braking zones, you know, all of that fun stuff. It's not going to be great for that. Again, the Trail Cat is going to be... The Trail Cat is a very solid choice here. I don't think it's going to be the very fastest possible thing for A-Class, of course not, but I think in this field, from what we've seen, I think the Trail Cat is a solid, dependable option. Right. If we manage to land on a Vivio and put it through the floor, do I get bonus points? I'm not going to aim for it, largely because I suspect it's more likely a Vivio is going to land on me and then bounce off wildly into the scenery. But if somehow I manage to land on a Vivio and put it through... To be fair, if I land on anything and put it through the floor, I think bonus points should be on offer. Patecaster, thank you very much for the 5 gifted subs. A big rollcast salute to you from chat. And let's face it, it's very, very likely for there to be a big rollcast salute in this race. Yeah, it's quite likely to go that way. Let's see what happens here. This is a very different track to the ones we have raced so far. We'll see if anything else is going to come good that hasn't yet been particularly useful. Now, nicely does it through here. It's actually been a little bit... It's not been the worst thing from me in that section. Not been the best either. The Vivio is through. The Vivio is going to fly, I suspect. Oh, he's had to go on the brakes because there's an Audi in front of it. Now, does it have issues on the landing? No, an Audi landed on me, but it didn't completely break us. Now into, ghosty mode. Well, I don't quite know. I'm going to say Amy might not be actually able to see the pillar because they're in ghost mode by an RS6 that's going to massively overshoot that corner. And Chris also ran wide, which has been quite good for me. We have snuck up into a 4th place. The Vivio is closing, but then we've got some corners here for it to not really enjoy, I think, is the best way of putting it. Right, trail cap. I know you're quite big and heavy by the standards of some of the cars in this field, but let's just focus on being neat and tidy through here. I think we're going to struggle against the Legacy and the Cuda unless they have big issues with landings of the jumps. I suspect they might just be better. This is almost a full Tarmac race at this point, and my vehicle has immense grip, but I'm not sure it's got enough to quite work here. Now, Chris is, I am expecting, no, well, Chris is in a wall. About to say I was thinking Chris is going to come flying past by turn 1, but Chris has visited some scenery, so that has become less of a concern for me. Rusky is to the lead of the race. Can I chase down Shadows for 3rd place? Yes, but I'm about to lose 4th to a Subaru. Well, yeah, that was always going to happen. Doesn't matter what side I go there, that thing's got so much straight line speed, it is always going to go flying past us. Do I want 4th? Yeah, okay, 4th is good on the landing there. The Subaru is not so great on the landing. Who would have thought that one? And Chris has gone very deep into there. However, we can draw alongside, but I can't get past. We're now going into the twisty stuff again. Once more, Chris is normal. I'm just imagining more chapters of shouting help being added to the book there as Chris frantically is trying to stop and turn that car. I will move across to indicate that I'm going to defend my position there. Now, one thing I do not want is a Toyota in the way, because this is going to cause me grief. Because if we get held up by Shadows for too long, might be able to do something sneaky here. I mean, look, Chris has got through as well, annoyingly. I mean, yeah, we got to the inside. Shadows wanted to try and cover, but Chris has decided Vivio is a battering ram, which shouldn't work. Apparently does. Right, final couple of corners on this lap. We are losing some time in our battle to the lead. I don't think we are actually going to match the leaders anyway, even on a clean lap. We are going to make our defence early into turn 1, because I know Chris isn't going to want to go around the outside. Through there, there's no gap, absolutely no gap through here to make a pass. We will continue to annoy a Subaru. Sadly for me, all the defensive driving in the world doesn't matter, because the Subaru will fly past here. Oh, yeah, it will just do it. Might struggle on the landing. Oh, Chris! Oh, you got away with that one big time. You got away with that one so much. I thought that was going into the containers. It was great. We're going to end up leading on it a little bit through there. Sadly, I couldn't carry my speed on the landing because Chris got in trouble there. Out of the way, little Subaru. You've got no grip. Right, we're going to scoot past. Okay, a little bit of a route. Well, you know what, that makes up for the landing in front of me and the punt from last lap. Two very different vehicles currently having a great battle. Chris tried to get to the inside. I got the traction to fight that one off, and then I'm going to just park it on the apex through here. See, we've got a little bit more control through this section. We're having a great battle. We've completely lost the leaders in this one. We've actually now got clear of Chris coming off of this section by having an actual good run through there. Oh, a lot of understeer from the trail cat as we fire it up, but that's okay. We got away with it, and now we get some oversteer or more of a all-wheel drift going on that section. Right, down towards turn one. Got big train of cars going on. We're again not gonna give Chris an easy time into turn one, as is my right to do so. I braked too early there. That's not good news for me. Well, it is neatly up to the containers. Ah, Chris bounced off the back bumper of the Jeep. Can we? Chris has still got enough acceleration to make that one. Oh, Chris. Surely not for the second time in a row. Again, we get to the point where Chris has landed and is slow in front of us. That was trying to block off Chris's run there. Chris, if you go on the brakes directly in front of a trail cat, you are going to lose. That is not a battle you are ever going to win. I'm going to give Chris a massive hurry-up bump through there. But I think the Vivio might have got us a little bit in trouble here. Because I can't quite... Oh, well, Meek has arrived to help us as we were having this fight. Stallion is to the lead of the race. Is Rusty missed a checkpoint, maybe? We are going to send it. There was a gap. Chris left a gap open there. You can't leave a gap with a trail cat. It is going to find it on this. We are going to slow it down, really slow it down through here. Chris should have gone to the outside, tried to find a way through on that bit. Because, yeah, you're going to struggle to find a way. Oh no, I've got it wrong in the final corner. Oh, it's not going to matter. I think they were all squabbling over each other. That was a truly mad race. I pretty much took every opportunity I could get in that one. Rusky hit the container, that's why they dropped back. Yeah, I mean, we were no match for the top two cars in that. Absolutely no match for the top two. However, so I should I've created more chapters. They're called Move, Alex. Look, I will be honest. You got in the way as much as I got in my way, as much as I got in your way. You just ran past me in a straight line, and you were very annoying in front of my car. Oh, bloody hell! Oh yeah, like Stallion and Rusty did benefit massively from me and Chris fighting the entire race. We really did slow each other down a lot. That being said, even if we weren't fighting, we weren't catching you two. There's no way I was going to find that wasn't finding that sort of pace. So yeah, there is that. Right, we got one more. We're gonna do one more race, and then we will swap lobbies. Chris doesn't like this. The Subaru is very fast. Like, there's no doubt about it. Your Subaru is really fast. It's just horrible to drive. Is what we are seeing here. Yeah. That is how it goes sometimes. I've built cars like that before that are stunningly fast, just absolutely horrific to drive. Chris's one, you basically hold on for dear life the entire and hope for the best. My one is just lovely and predictable. I knew the trail cat would be good. I knew the trail cat would be solid here, and it has lived up to that expectation. It's good in a straight line, very good handling. It's not the fastest or the very best handling, but when put together, it makes it a formidable overall vehicle. There's a reason, a reason I use this as a lot of my A-class off-roading vehicle. It's just good. It's just really very good. I would have used something different. I just, for the interest of time, couldn't find anything that worked. But there we go. Right, final race. That's a nice spot on the grid. The Vivio might like this track because there's a lot of long straights. I don't think this is going to suit. I think this is going to suit the Vivio very well. That is, if Chris can manage. There are jumps. That is a good point. There are some high-speed jumps. If it can manage them, we might struggle against that. And to be honest, I don't really know. I think maybe Ruskies and Stallions cars are a little bit better at some parts than mine. I'm just not sure. I haven't really got to compare it to theirs. In the first race, we were better than the Legacy, but I haven't really seen it much since. The Legacy might be faster than me in a straight line. I guess we're about to go find out now. So these bumps here are what might cause the Vivio some issues. They don't cause the Jeep any problems. Oh, there it goes. There goes the little rocket ship. Okay, so Stallion's car is better than me in a straight line. So I think my car is more about the handling than the old Shadows. That is very late on the brakes. Through there, we will find our way past. Yeah, we might not quite have the straight line speed. But we do have... So lower speed circuits, my car's very good. Higher speed tracks, we just run out at top end. Probably aero limited, being a big box. Not ideal whatsoever. Chris has got to the front of the field now. This part here will be strong for the Vivio. It can just run away. It can utilise that top end. Look at it go! This Trailcat is not slow. Yeah, you got to brake. I mean, I got a whack. I might have been a tiny bit early on the brakes into turn one, but I got a very big whack from behind and only just made the probably worthwhile getting early on the brakes down there. We've got an Audi behind us for company. We need... All of my lap time is going to come in this dirt section. This is where we are going to need to make up time. Jumps were good. The R8 is close behind. But has not been able to find a way through yet. It may well just outrun me down here. There's not much I can do to defend on this bit. The Audi is... Oh... I thought the Audi was... I thought they were going to slide wide. It looked like there was a door opening. And by the time I committed it to it, it turned out the Audi had more grip than I expected. And we were in a lot of trouble. Because it was either drive into the side of the Audi or do what I did. Which was pretty cumbersome from me. That's a wall. It didn't really do very much. I lifted the back of the car in the air. Yeah, these long straights. These long straights are not helping for me here. The 4C does not have the straight line speed either. That's sort of similar pace to me down these sections. I mean, Chris in a very strong place in this race. However, there's always that chance of the Vivio having an adventure. Also, I think other cars should realise I'm in a bloody Trailcat. I don't have the best brakes here. It's like it's quite heavy. Probably weighs almost twice your 4C. I will have to be braking earlier than you are wanting to. Yeah, these longer circuits, I'm actually just not fast enough in a straight line. That's where we struggle. On the short technical circuits, where we can use our immense grip, the Trailcat is phenomenally good. But here, we just get exposed to the lack of top speed. 4C is going to have a look. Although this is probably not the section you want to have a go through. Not against the Trailcat, because we know the Trailcat is good through these turns. You're much better off. Yeah, I mean, Mika just kind of sat and followed us. Probably better off using the slipstream down the start-finish straight. Get me into turn one if you can. Do I feel the need to defend from the 4C? Oh, well, Mika kind of got there. It was a bit... I was sort of in the middle of the road, and Mika kind of he's got definitely going to have the grip on this part, because we need dirt for us to really come good. Mika has overshot the entrance to the dirt. Can we draw alongside? We can. Mika trying to carry speed. I don't think there was contact between us. There could be a lag bubble going on. On my end, I don't think there was. We just put the nose to the inside and found a way. The Rivian is actually coming quite good at this track. Here it comes to the outside. Mika's going to send it. Well, I mean, I guess Mika kind of had to do it. I was trying to, not crash into a truck on the outside of me, and we're going to get screwed in this. Yeah, I mean, try not to wreck. Well, we've got big slipstream effect going on down here. Can we then send it through here? We gave it a good try to the inside. I don't think we're going to be able to. I think the force. I don't know. It's a really close drag race out of the slipstream. Oh, the Rivian's going to get both of us. We get the 4C, but the Rivian's got us both. Well, you know what? we fought it back, and in the end, it was Nitro that got the best of it. Oh, yeah, they're not going to match the top two. The R8, surprisingly good. R8 really quite fast. The Vivio, we knew if it could have held on, was gonna dominate here, and sure enough, Chris could keep it together. Not such a good track for the Trail Cat, which is too slow at a straight line, or too heavy, whatever. But yeah, on the twisty technical circuits, that Trail Cat is fantastic. These longer tracks, not quite so good. But as expected, the Trail Cat was a solid option. Having to make 775 horsepower in an A-class off-roady thing, yeah, can't go wrong with a Trail Cat. So, we shall swap the lobbies over. So what I will do here... Oh, I've got many car mastery points. Time to buy some SF90s. Right, we shall leave a convoy on this one. And we shall... Okay, let's get... To be fair, I think... This is about the only one I have on my friends list who is in for this part. I don't think I have any... I have Liam. Longbow might be here, although Longbow's not appearing online. I think I have Liam on. Do I have Liam on friends list? I don't really remember. I do have Liam. I don't actually know if Liam is here. Liam signed up to race. But it'll be fine. No, I don't know if we've got anyone else from this second section. Oh, we have got Rhett. So, yeah. Purple Rocks Amy, thank you very much for the super chat. Say, Alex, do you still play Repo ever? Not played it for a long time. Not played it for a long, long time, actually. We should have a go at some point. Yeah, and revisit Repo. We were looking at some other party games. We've been sort of floating the ideas of some it was Tabletop Simulator. That was the one. At some point, yeah, trying some different things. I liked Repo. That's a lot of fun. I much preferred Repo to Lethal Company. I found Lethal Company was a bit too dark. Didn't really see much. It just wasn't as fun from that. But yeah, never say never with games like that, because yeah, we may well revisit them at some point. If you do want to take part, by the way, send a message to Gliska. We will try and get through this so that we can yeah, build some cars and do some races. If we run a little bit long, don't mind too much this evening. But yeah. Right, sorry, Streamlabs. So I've got a billion different tabs open at the moment. Swag, thank you for the donation. So I would have loved to have Chris did what I did with Nomad a few streams back. Sadly, it didn't come to buy. Oh, it hit the containers, I assume. Could have been interesting, that's for sure. I was hoping, but you know. Drake, thanks a bit. So I quite like that. Hope to choose better next time. I mean, I had a terrible Bronco for the first part of this. It's yeah, not ideal at all. It's just how it goes. It's how it goes sometimes with these. Sound, thank you very much for the resubscription. The 74th month. That's a lot of months. Saying, please tell me someone in the filming crew recorded Chris's audio book. We have the odd Chris audio clips. Ewan does have a very, very large document of Chris quotes that gets added to, and yeah, it is ever longer. I think I did just see while I was trying to sort things out in the Discord. I'm pretty sure Mika just said, where has it gone? It said, Alex, me and Chris have strong words for that hateful green thing. I mean, it was pretty good. I do know the Trail Cat is often very annoying to race against. Very annoying to race against this one. Very cool, but very annoying to race against. No. So, Amy, thank you for these super chats. I got addicted to repo because of you. Thank you. Oh, well, you know what? It's quite funny. Like, my channel is 99% racing games, but I do every so often play other stuff. And the amount of people that, especially with RimWorld, when we did RimWorld streams, the amount of people that I have got addicted to RimWorld on a racing channel is you are the first one I have heard that has got addicted to Repo because of me. That is a new one. But yeah, RimWorld. God knows how many people have ended up playing RimWorld and then far too much of RimWorld because of my streams. But there we go. Professor Chaos actually said yes. Mecha Chameleon is something I think Ewan was talking about. It's been talked about. It looks fun. May or may not get round to it. But yes, that is a definite possibility. Stallion say Alex's next goal, get people addicted to Crusader Kings 3. Yeah, that's a solid goal actually. Crusader Kings 3 is very, very fun. Highly recommended. It is probably a bit more fiddly than RimWorld in some ways, and it's not quite as interactive exactly. So I think that one would be a little bit more difficult to quite get the same level of addiction, shall we say. I don't know. I've played some funky games that you end up getting addicted to. I can get addicted to Crusader Kings 3, but I can also see that it is quite it's one of those. It's quite a difficult one to get into if you aren't familiar with it. Right, we have got a couple of spaces. If you do want to take part, send a message to Gliska, Xbox, or via the Xbox game bar, whatever the thing is. If you are on PC, what I will do while we wait to see if anyone else is going to come, we will get started. So we're going to build A-class tarmac cars. Okay, A-class tarmac races. Let's go and find... So we will again go with the same power figures, seeing as we are building for A-class here. 300 and 900 horsepower, which is... You don't want 900 horsepower on tarmac. That will not be great for you. Yeah. Right, so if we go open this one. Here we are. Right, so as you can see, 300 and 900. So, brah, you are going to have 570 horsepower. That is your power figure. Good luck with that one. Not completely unreasonable. CJ Carl, whatever. CJ, we'll go with that one. Yeah, you're going to be slick-tired, no speed. Yeah, CJ, 333 horsepower. That's... Yeah. Probably better in this than it is on the dirt, although I guess that was the Vivio, that one. So this is, sorry, this is building to A class. I thought I did say that, but if I didn't, I will reiterate. This is building to A class for this. A class tarmac races. Imprevian? I don't know. I'm going to give up trying to say names today. You have 370 horsepower, also likely to be a grip machine for you. So good luck. Should be fine. Right, Parsnip. You are going to have 510. Again, respectable amount of power on that one. Gliska. You shall be having 370 horsepower. I've got some low-powered cars. I'm very scared. On this. Oh, so it's a Honda Beats band. So the rules we had for this, they shall continue. If you are going to use a K car, it must be on its standard tyre width and it must be with its standard driveline. So if you want to use a Honda Beat, you have got to keep it with its standard size tyres and it must be rear-wheel drive. So yeah, probably was making the video terrifying as well. So yeah, standard the K cars have to be on standard tyre widths and standard drive lines. Right, Rhett, you are going to have a very sensible amount, 452 horsepower. For you, that's a good number. That's a number that you want. The fact that no one's got more is scaring me. Sweg, you are going to have, that's at least someone's got it, 744 horsepower. For you, that's plenty. That's plenty. Type Dull, you shall have 450 to work with. Reasonable amount of power. Now, Forza, I've had 2 really high-powered rounds, which worked vaguely with the Trail Cat. Please don't do this again. We are going to have... Okay, 508. I can work with that. I am more than okay to work with that. Yeah, 508 in A class is very, very reasonable. I actually think I know what I'm going to try and run. Might have to tweak it a little bit because I think it's running more than that.
Alex.
Right. Where's it gone? How much power is it running? Oh, it's actually already pre-built. Yes, I thought that was running about 520. I didn't really. It's perfect. I wanted to test this out. So I built this car. God, when did I build this? I built this the other day, and I figured I wanted to test. Like, I love the 355. It's one of my favourite Ferraris. Possibly third, maybe behind the F40, the 360 Challenge. And yeah, I figured this was going to be a very competent car in Forza. So I had a go at building one and not really ever used it for anything. But this is perfect. It's absolutely perfect. I mean, it's got the build that I want. We've got big rally tyres on it. Which, again, I know it sounds weird. It is just the way to build a lot of cars in this game. For me personally, I like the rally tyres in A class, S1 class. I'm not good enough at either tuning or driving to get away with them. I tend to be better with semi-slicks or slicks. But, yeah. I mean, it's not even so much cheating as this car has never been shown on a video and I have never driven it before. I built it and then got distracted doing something else and I never actually tested it. So it might be crap. There is a chance this is terrible. You never know in this. Right, we will park in the bay. I'm just going to have a look at the gear ratios. They felt quite long there. You know, I'm not really sure we need to tune them out that much. I mean, it's a little bit aero limit. I'll drop it back until it starts losing. Yeah, okay, so about there. It's about the... I think 774 is about the aero wall, which... Yeah, we'll keep them as short as possible. That one there, we will technically run out of gears just before. But, yeah. Anything fun in here? Nope. And there we have it. Well, I am the first to arrive. I've been a little bit cheaty if we're honest. I like. Oh, there is a Corvette. Oh, is it very slightly up? Some other car. Wait, quick, cars take photos off. Must go photo cars. We're almost. I need. Oh, sweet. Oh, of course, because the light barrel's up on the podium. We're 5 cars away from a TZ2. So that's good. So yeah, Corvette, C4 Corvette, strong choice. They're not bad in this game. Oh, there's another one I've not photoed. Fantastic. This is what we like to see. Now, can we get 4 more people turn up in cars I've not photoed? Very helpful, wouldn't it? I don't think I've seen anyone use a Renault 5 in this game. I don't know whether that's for good or bad reasons. Might be good, might be terrible. I think they were quite fast in previous. Games. I seem to remember them being anyway. Who knows? 355, I feel, is, as I said, I feel like this should be a sound choice. I don't know if it is or not. Not tested it. Stats-wise, it should be good. It does have a centrifugal supercharger on the standard engine, which normally is a good way to make a car at least solid. There we go. Type Dull was saying this was basically pre-built myself, only put some rally tyres on and decreased the power. Yeah, like if you've got a car ready to go, then absolutely no problem using it. I would build one for the stream if it's one. Like, I wouldn't use a car I've used in plenty of streams already, but this thing has never been used in a stream yet. So, you know, eventually, as we play more and more of this game, like, we'll be more and more prepared with cars. My garage is already full of random guff as it is. A lot of my A-class cars are rally cars. I don't really run S1 all that often. Some of these have been used for various videos. That one's not been out yet. Yeah, my A-class garage is full of rally cars. And again, but my garage is full of rally cars and stuff that's been used for videos, some of which hasn't come out yet. Stuff which was built in specific ways and for specific stuff. Well, that one I think was built for some of the, like, what was it called? Like the festival events. Out of all of the Forza cars you have built, which ones would you want IRL? I mean, I guess it depends. Well, can I pick what is the most valuable thing I have in this game? Whatever, like a £20 million car is, so that I can get lots of other things. I mean, if we ignore like the supercars, hypercars, and all of that stuff, what'll probably be the most fun to drive? I feel like once you start getting up here, like I wouldn't be good enough to actually get the most out of cars like these. That'd be awesome to drive, but I'd never get close to being able. I mean, I wouldn't get close to any of the limits of some of these cars. That would be quite high in the fun list. MX-5 Cup car. Is it slick tire? Semi-slick tired MX-5 Cup car. That would be an absolute riot to have a go with. Yeah. I don't know. The Murcielago, this thing here, this thing's very good. One of my better built S1 class cars would be an interesting. Well, it would be an amazing experience. Let's face it. I think there's just too many things to choose from. That would also be terrifying, but fun to experience in a very specific, controlled environment. The Wuling race car would be funny. The Wuling was surprisingly good. My A-class one from a Lucky Dip stream a little while back. That thing was a lot better than I expected. Also, that race buggy I built. Race buggy that was only really built by Rusky's RS6. Sorry, beat by Rusky's RS6. What has Sweg purchased? Ah! That is a very American Challenger right there. But if you've got a lot of power to to go for, which I think he did, that is... yeah, you're probably going to need that. Something like that as a base. I don't know, you could probably get away with it. I guess if you tried to do it with this Ferrari, you'd end up with pretty poor tyres, or it should be quite heavy. I don't know, you could probably do it with the Ferrari. It would just have to have no weight reduction. No weight reduction, slightly worse tyres. Probably not ideal. But yeah. Oh, okay. Parsnip's gone. That's a route. I guess. Again, I should have written down. At some point, I should be professional and write down what people have in terms of power. I'm going to guess Parsnip has quite low power in this one to go for an MR2. Wouldn't want 700 horsepower. An MR2. That's asking for death. That's really very much asking for this. I'm going to guess that's one of the 300-ish horsepower cars. Turnip Gaming, thank you very much for the donation. So that final lap of the last race was very close. It was. I didn't expect the Rivian to suddenly overtake you and Mika at the finish line. No, I was not prepared for that. I was so busy trying to get my way back past an Alfa Romeo that I forgot the Rivian was so quick in a straight line. I thought we were far enough away that it didn't matter. And I was wrong. I was wrong. Rivian turned up with some serious speed. Parsnip has 510 in an MR2. That is bravery. That is bravery. Thank you, Rhett, for giving me another new car to photo with. 3 away! Almost got the TZ2. TZ2 would have been very strong for this as well. Although that's just because that's strong for everything. Oh, there's another car I've not photoed. Oh, we got 2 left. A randomer has come to the rescue. Oh, my Rhett's disconnected. God damn it. Any randomers want to have a car that I've not photoed? Well, that's a Velociraptor doing silly things. Oh, I've not photoed a Velociraptor. Oh, it's a randomer to save the day again. Oh, it's very American, but I don't care. Doesn't matter. We're 1 away from a TZ2. Come on, randomers. Someone turn up with a car I've not photoed yet. I think I photoed that one. Yeah. Have I photoed the 355? This is when it becomes the... because I can't see my own car. No, I have photoed it. Damn it. I would have no idea. And I'm sure I have a car in my garage I haven't photoed at some point. It's probably something weird in my garage. Let's have a look. What have I not driven that I doubt I have photoed? Definitely photo. No, I think I've got that one. Do I have a TT? Probably. Just trying to find something that I doubt I will have. Don't think I'll have photoed this. I don't know. I guess there are some like rally raid stuff that goes on, like some of the championships. So maybe. Hey! Okay. That one I have not got. It was worthwhile. It was... Oh, and then someone else turned up with something I've not photoed either. God damn it. I could have relied on the randomers. That's the worst picture of a Golf R, but we're on the way to a super wheel spin. Right. Let's go and collect my TZ2. Thank you. Wonder, while we're waiting, will the... I'm just blind, apparently. Will the TZ2 have any fun super wheel spins to unlock? Maybe. Because sometimes these high-end cars do. You have 1 super wheel spin. It's not really an efficient use of the car points, but it's here and I don't have to buy another SF90. So, sure, let's do it. Here we go. What are we going to win today? I mean, fitting that we win the 8C from the TZ2. I'm okay with that. That was a worthwhile use of car mastery points there. Where's my Ferrari gone? There it is. Oh dear. Right. I am back. Are we waiting for anybody else? Okay. Imprevoyon is here with a Z4. And we have a Starlet with, I presume, fairly normal sized tyres. Because that thing gets broken once. It looks like it's on slicks, but they're normal size slicks for the Glanzer. Stallion, yes. So the 22B does get super wheel spins, right? It's cheaper to buy than the SF90. However, when I talked about this when I did a guide for the money, the SF90 you get 3 normal wheel spins as well. So you overall get 1 super wheel spin and 3 normal wheel spins from it. And not only that, you can sell the SF90s on the auction house after you're done with them. And they will normally recuperate most of their money, whereas the 22Bs do not sell for anything. Both methods work. I personally prefer the Ferrari because you can sell it for more and you get more wheel spins for the same amount of time. It doesn't earn you as much money necessarily, but you get more wheel spins, so you're more likely to get prize cars. You're more likely to get a very valuable car out of it. But both methods are equally work. The Subaru will probably make you a little bit more in credits. Basically, the Subaru will make you more in credits. The SF90 will make you more in prize cars. So it depends on which way you want to go for it. If you are more after wheel spin exclusive cars or very high value cars. So yeah. Right, let's go racing on this one. We're in A-class cars. We shall start off. Let's jump over here. Gliska, thank you for the resubscription for the 35th month. A rolled salute to you. As I started on very normal tyre widths. You know, I can't stand those ones. Yeah, I think most of the film crew are a bit frustrated by. Like, I'm very, very glad the devs fixed the silly. Oh, we've lost someone. Who's disconnected? Oh, Rhett's disconnected. So, Gliska, can you shoot an invite to Rhett? We'll try and get them back. Like, great news they fixed the drag tyre nonsense, because that really was terrible. It's just a real shame that they've now got a different issue that seems... I don't know whether intentional or not. I can't decide whether these things are supposed to have these size tyres or whether they've just been accidentally put on the cars. Like whether they're supposed to be 245s rather than 345s. Ah, okay, Rhett is still in the convoy. You're not in the convoy on my end. Yeah, you may have to leave the convoy and then we'll invite you back in because something's broken. Yeah, I think you're going to have to do that one. Because Forza's being weird. I can't even kick you from the convoy because... yeah, we will see. Turnip Gaming, thank you very much for the donation. I found the Rivian and Hummer EV quite strong in A-class. You get 1,000 horsepower, 1,600 newton meters in torque. I'm surprised the Hummer EV. I'm very surprised by that one. The Rivian has its uses. I can't imagine it would be... I feel like there are places the Rivian can be fast. But yeah, didn't Mika have a quick one when we were doing something recently? I think Mika did. I seem to remember racing it in an off-road event. I think Mika might have had one when I was racing a Delta S4 last week on a cross-country track. I might have been on that golf course track. But yeah, they can be. A couple of the electric cars can be better than perhaps in previous games. But yeah, I would probably stick with a trail cat myself. As Stanley said, yeah, EVs. I feel EVs are a little bit weird place. A bit like with the power to weight ratio in Beam, they've always been a bit weird. I think the Beam devs, well, not the devs themselves, but the people that made the mod for the power to weight ratio fixed the EV part. But yeah, EVs in Forza really have been very erratic. Occasionally they're very good. Most of the time they're very crap. that seems to be the way it goes. Did I actually say that wrong or right with A-Class? I can't remember. So yeah, here we go. 5 laps. Let's go and get underway. Amy, thank you very much for the super chats. So you gotta go. Thanks again. I owe my YouTube friends to you. Well, I'm glad to be able to help. I've been watching since Survive the Hunt 14. God, that's a long time ago. Christ. What number are we on now? I've forgotten. 89, 90? I don't even remember how many I've done. A lot. I'm just going to go with a lot. But I think we are on about... I'm a professional, I promise. I think we're on about 90. It's 89, yeah, okay, so we are on to 90 now. I thought that sounded about right. She knows how we watched Forza Motorsport 4 again. Very long time ago. I am very old. Feeling very old, I should say. I've done this a long, long time. And, yeah, time flies. Right, we've got 2 red cars at the front. Let's see what the 355 can do. It's not going to match the MR2 off the line. Never expecting it to. That MR2 is about the same power as me and much lighter. I'm hoping I will have more grip and, in theory, be a little bit more composed. The 190E looks quite strong here. We are nicely around the top of the course. Right, let's sit in the slipstream of the Mercedes here. Mercedes turns nicely. Do I? No, the Merc's got more straight line speed than me. Let's hope I can get. Oh, hope I can get some temperature into the tyres in the Ferrari. I mean, it's nicely planted. This car, there is no doubt about it. Although I didn't like that curve. Both me and the Merc did exactly the same things through there. Now, how brave. Oh, Mercedes was just better driven through there. I think I can match that speed. I just wasn't confident enough in my car. Oh, Mercedes out wide. I'm out wide, but not quite as wide this time around. I wonder if they may have missed a checkpoint somewhere in this one. Yeah, I think they did, unfortunately. Whether they were pushed out wide or not, don't know. I cannot match. Maybe a tiny bit better under brakes than Merc, but really low speed stuff, I might have a tiny advantage. But I cannot catch it at the moment. Oh, we clobber the curb all the way through there. We're pulling miles away from the rest of the field. Yeah, this guy has missed a checkpoint. Come on, front end. Ooh, it's quite understeer. This has considerably more understeer than I was expecting. Now, I could probably... Maybe I would have to... Maybe I'll try in between races, tune a little bit of that out. Maybe whack up the front aero and dump off the rear aero, because I'm not struggling with the back end sliding. Now, I do like my cars to understeer a little bit, but this has so much grip that it doesn't need it. It doesn't need more. I say that, if I do dump off all the rear aero, I might regret that one. It doesn't like... It's not so good on the curves. I mean, it is a Ferrari. It's not maybe the biggest of surprises here. Yeah, I mean, miles away from the rest of the pack. It's ended up quite spread out, this one. But I am probably getting on 3/4 of a second a lap down on that Merc, depending on if I can get a good run. Maybe a little tweak on the Ferrari setup. I don't really know what I'm doing, but I can guesswork something together in between races. 190E, normally quite strong Forza. I've never had much luck with them, but I've generally seen them be quick, which is more of a me problem than anything else. I like this 355. It is relatively nice to drive. Now, come on, front end. Ooh, it desperately needs some more front end grip. I'm guessing maybe not quite big enough tyres. Or some quirky setup. The front end is not quite as cooperative as you would want or probably need to make up for its, I'm going to say, lack of straight. It's not slow at a straight line, but it's not as quick as the 190E. We'll dive into this penultimate corner. It's lovely and consistent, this. Absolutely lovely and consistent car. I know what it's going to do. I just also know I'm not quick enough to catch that front car. Yeah, it is strong, and I was about right. I was about right on my gap to that 190 was rapid. That gap there, because we were very quick. We were very, very quick with that Ferrari. You know, no one else was under the 50-second mark. Glisser was very close. We were 8/10 quicker than the Starlet. And I was 8/10 away from from the 190. We really did find ourselves in absolute no man's land. Yeah, I'm going to try a little bit of tweaking to the Ferrari. I am by no means an expert tuner. I'm not an expert tuner in the slightest. I am questionable. I can normally make a car handle a little bit better. But let's see if I can help improve this. Right. Now this, I don't know whether this quite works the same way as it used to. This is my normal go-to. Can't change them. It's quite soft. I'm not going to mess about with that. That might be part of the problem. Oh, you've got pitiful aero. No wonder you're bloody struggling. Christ. Yeah, that's got no downforce at all on it. I'm not going to touch any of that because I don't know what I'm doing. That might help it a bit. It's not really that big of a change. Only £186 on the front is poor. Now, so the reason why I've done that, as I said, I've dropped off the rear aero is... Rhett is now here. Basically, I don't want to compromise too much on straight line speed, so get some front aero, help it turn in, take off some rear aero, keep it fast in a straight line. May have gone... may have gone a little bit awry. Oh, Gliska, I just realised the Starlet has the wrong power figure. Not that it was helpful. It was only 270, not 300. Oh, you've got a really weedy Starlet. I mean, actually relatively quick, given that. But yeah, that is an accidentally quite low power Starlet. Although it might not do too badly around, let's say, here, for example. I mean, we will see. I mean, this might now drive terribly. I don't think it's got too much power to really give it massive issues. And we saw last time it had crazy traction. I might have messed it up completely with some setup tweaks. But you've got to try it, right? We will see what happens with this. If it's miraculously better, then happy days. If it slides about, I can always just revert it. Maybe give it a bit more camber as well, give it some caster. There's no real... Oh, I should have sorted out the tyre pressures. I didn't do that. I think the tyre pressures are too high. They normally are. You can drop them down a bit. It will generally make it nicer. Because you're not really worrying about tyre... You're not worrying about tyre wear, you're not worrying about tyre temperature in the same way on Horizon. Temperature does matter, but it's really a case of first 2 laps are bad, and after that they're fine. Probably if you're doing something really weird, they might start having issues with overheating, but realistically, normally you don't. So yeah, let's see. Let's see what is going to occur for, hopefully, a new and improved Ferrari. If we start out in front, I can maybe defend from the 190 for a little bit. This track's not the easiest to pass on. But yeah, I don't know. I'm not starting out in front. I'm pretty sure I'm at the back. Oh, well, okay. Well, you know what? That's probably fair. It would be nice if the game did this more often. But yeah, me and Dell were miles out in front on that run. So yeah, for the next race, put us at the back. Totally fair. We are off. We are underway. The Starlet a little bit slow off the line, although it is vastly underpowered compared to a lot of cars here. Ooh, still got a load of understeer from this. Hopefully might be able to get a half-decent exit down the hill. Still can't match the 190 really in a straight line. I think it might be a little better with this setup. Definitely wants to slide a tiny bit more, but that's fine. We're about to all pop out of ghost mode, although for now we've got a big train of 4 cars all together. Oh, that's a scary moment. I hate popping out of ghost mode. Right, to the inside. Is it better than it was? Oh, we helped the 190 through, sorry. For a slight nudge in that one. We're going to try and follow the Merc as we run up the hill. Yeah, Mercedes has just got that little bit more straight line speed than us and seems to turn, although very, very, very sketchy under brakes. Does have that little bit more turning. Not as consistent under brakes as the Ferrari, though. Is Rhett going to defend down here? No, Rhett doesn't feel the need to. maybe should have done. Was not expecting Rhett to end up there. I've had an amazing slingshot out of the corner. Don't really want to change up a gear there. Parsnips in the lead has got way more straight line speed than either me or Dull, but does not have the grip in the MR2 to really do that. I'm just mid-corner. Now, will the MR2 get to the lead by turn 1? That is a really big question. Dull's really trying to defend, and that is so important to defend. Ooh. Okay, well, came from a bit far back. That's not, it wasn't even intentionally overtaken. That's just where I brake with the 355. We just brake later into that section of the cars around us. Can I get on the power? I mean, I was trying to use the banking a little bit to get that slingshot out of that corner. The fact that I think losing out to that MR2 has possibly cost... I think it's better. I think the tweaks have helped it. I think we've now got to within like half a second of the Merc rather than being, you know, 3/4 of a second away. We are just gapping the field once more. Yeah, I think we've got the two best cars here. I need Dull to have another sketchy moment on the brakes for this. Scott, I mean, there's a tiny bit of wheel spin from it when you boot it in second, but really, it's a very nicely composed car, this. The gap's at 1.2. I think we're losing a few tenths a lap about what's going on. We're slightly better in the hairpin. Really technical stuff is where I think we can gain it, and then in the straights the Merc pulls away, and I'm not very good at this final corner, which is not helping me. It's so close. It's so close, probably with the exception of this hill. This is where the Mercedes then pulls those couple of tenths on me. The rest of the lap, we are very much of a muchness around here. Come on, Ferrari. We have Gliska's up to third. We haven't completely disappeared from away from Gliska. Got to make brakes. Use a late apex to try and fling the car out of that one, but yeah, too wide under braking has cost me on that. Just desperately trying to claw back anything we can. It's one of those infuriating races where we are close in terms of pace, but I am just not quite enough. It's just not enough. Can't quite match it as we run up the hill. Gliska's 2 seconds back with the Starlet. The MR2 is clinging on to 4th place. The MR2 did not look easy to drive, I will tell you that much. That MR2 looked an absolute handful around here. Into the hairpin, that was much neater. A little bit of a slide on the exit, not going to help my lap time there, is it? Gliska, having got clear of the traffic, is also actually quite quick. Although, yeah, the 190E's just found its groove on this final lap. Really lost out here. Around third. I had been leaving it in 4th. I don't know. It's definitely an improvement, I think, from the Ferrari. I think my setup tweaks worked on that. It's still a little bit too far off to quite do that. Ooh, Gliska beat our lap time. It was very close. Me and Gliska pretty much the same lap times. Yeah, sort of 7 tenths off of the 190. Yeah, I think that was really on the final lap. The 190 really pulled on us. I just could not quite match that. And annoyingly, even if I got ahead of the 190E, I think it's... I'm not sure I could defend from it. Really twisty stuff, I can make a little bit of ground. But it pretty much matches our grip and outruns us down a straight, which leaves me often overdriving in the twisty bits. And a... yeah, 190 buggering off down a straight. So, damn and blast. I still like the 355. Funnily enough, still a very good car. Right. Shall we? What tarmac tracks have we not done today, or slash that I would want to do? Because I don't like that one. We haven't gone to the Legends circuit. Let's go over here. Sure, this is fun. Let's see what happens. I don't think I'll be great here. It'll probably still be second. I think it'll be a lot further off the 190E. Might have issues with some other cars. Don't know how fast this... the Starlet might struggle here, actually, because that was accidentally lower on power. That was very low on power. I mean, we shall find out. We shall find out. I am predicting a second for me, but it's going to be a bit of a distant second. Unless maybe something like the MR2 ends up in front of us, and that might be a nuisance. It might be quite difficult to overtake some of the more powerful cars if they can get their power down onto the road at any points around here. Let's go and see. But it's nice to have a sensible amount of power for for one of these. We had more power than this in B class, and that really did not work. More power than this in B class, and are still on the same tyres. Just how crappy the Bronco was. Yeah, the Bronco was not very good. If you are just tuning into this stream, you're a little bit late, but yeah, the first round of building of cars did not go well for me. It was very iffy. The Trailcat was it was strong as expected, and this 355 is working relatively well. D-Type could be good here. Didn't really see what it was like in a straight line. Sweg, I say my car is unfortunately very in the meta. It does happen. Sweg's in the Challenger. I don't know what version of the Challenger, but yeah. Sorry, I'll read the rest of that after the race. I don't just sort of ping up. The D-Type has got some speed about it, so rep might be a difficult one to pass. I guess it's going to depend on when we come out of ghost mode, or the Merc was brave through there, or I just bounced off that inside wall. Okay, maybe these higher speed corners, maybe we are slightly better there than the 190E. Don't know, we will find out. If we can sit in the draft, that could help. That could massively help me keep up with the Merc. If it just basically use it to tow us around. If we do have a bit more grip than it, oh yeah, it does not look quite as nice in these high speed corners. I think it's still going to generally have the measure of us, because as we come out of here, this is where this is just where we lose out on that. And then yeah, as we get to this next corner, it's going to be just slightly further away. Could have been flat through there. I didn't trust my car quite. Yeah, we've got very, very good high-speed grip. But you'd expect it to. We should be flat through this whole first section, really. Here we are. Okay, let off the steering a tiny bit too soon through all of that. We could be flat through there. I thought I could get away with being a little bit sneaky. Oh, the barriers. Oh, okay, it was a ghost. Well, didn't know where it was going to go. I guess this was a checkpoint. It's not been Gliska's race with that Starlet. Okay, sort of getting away with that. Not perfect though. So yeah, we do have the real high-speed corners is where we have an advantage, but we lose out in acceleration. This could be an interesting one. We got 2 laps to try and fend off, although unfortunately for me, oh, bloody hell, okay. Didn't know that curb did that. Don't think I've had that happen before yet either. That's a new fear unlocked for the Ferrari. That's not even a big serrated curve. Well, I guess it's kind of slightly serrated curve, but in Forza they're not normally the ones that are problematic, but still, here we go. Now into the tunnel. I'm not really. There's more in this than I'm getting out of it currently, because I don't know the car that well yet. The 190E is gaining on us again. Now, first corner a little lift. The Merc's having a look. We should be able to hold it down here, which we do. The Mercedes not quite able to get alongside. That changed direction there is where I have grip, and the 190E does not. We will run through this next section with the lead of the race. The 190E slightly too far back to do anything. It's nice. Oh, that could have been quicker through there. Oh, 190E has sent it. No, oh, it's going to be too far back. And I just went for a normal line. Should have defended. I thought we were going to be clear. That was a good move, actually. I was not prepared for that. I just turned into the corner like normal, and yeah, we got caught napping. Absolutely caught napping on that one. Yeah, the 190E is not nice to drive around here. The Ferrari is much more pleasant. I guess this is like really quite high speed, and if the 190E is tough to drive, this is going to start really exacerbating that. Because yeah, it has had some sketchy moments in this race. Can we follow it through here? Yeah, if I can get on the power a little bit sooner. It's going to pull away from me again. We'll keep the pressure on as much as we can here. We've got to try and keep the pressure on. Oh, Mercedes in the wall. Now, send it down here, which we do. Keep going. Down to 5th, I think is the way to go. Yeah, we can gain through here. We're now back in the draft. I'm going to be a little too far back, I think. Unfortunately, it's a downshift. There's a tap on the brakes to down. I needed a bit more. Needed a bit more on that one. It is a tap on the brakes and a downshift. I just needed a slightly bigger tap on the brakes. No, I lost it. Unless there's a big mistake, which I doubt we're going to see here. I'm not sure. We've got the race distance to go to really do anything about that one. Oh, and I've locked up as well. Damn it. Oh, I'm going to slide a little bit wide. There's a really good battle over 4th. With left. Sweg's in 3rd. Yeah, I mean, both our cars here up at the front are in a different league at some of this stuff, especially here. This track's been ridiculous how far we've pulled away. And even then, I just cannot match. I cannot match the 190E. We had a little bit of a chance, but yeah, a good move from the Merc to get past, and then a bit scruffy from me at the end, trying everything I could. And yeah, jeez. It's 27-3. Bloody hell. Yeah. 29-0 from me. Very quick. But we're far faster than anything else. Oh, no, I say that. Gliska was there with the 29.9. Gliska's car pretty similar to mine. Gliska's just had checkpoint issues with that Starler, which is really unfortunate. It does happen sometimes. But yeah, the 190E is quick but terrifying. Yeah, it didn't look nice to drive. That really, really did look quite the handful around that circuit. Sweg, yes, sorry, thank you for the bits. We're saying the car was very male. They got podium that time around. Especially struggles getting out of corners. Not a surprise, it's very heavy. I think perhaps an Audi or something would have been better with all-wheel drive traction. I guess, yeah, like when you're having to use that amount of power, you're going to have quite a heavy car. All-wheel drive would possibly have been a way to go with that one. I don't need all-wheel drive traction. The Ferrari's perfectly good rear-wheel drive. No qualms about it. But of course, I have far less power and far less weight. So, yeah, rear-wheel drive certainly can work in A-Class. All-wheel drive will probably be, I don't know. All-wheel drive, like for the meta cars, all-wheel drive is normally the way to go. But that's normally because people use all-wheel drive and make them sort of like worse tyres and so on. Get away with that. But yeah. Right. We will go for one final race this evening. We're going to go to the tiny little track because I haven't actually been there. This would probably make more sense with B-Class cars, but screw it. Let's go with A-Class cars. What could go wrong? What's that? I like Nitro saying has achieved Barrichello status. Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much. This is the the Barrichello of Ferraris. Like on the runner's right day, very fast, but doesn't quite work everywhere. I'm actually surprised. So the 190E is only 450 horsepower. It's got less power than me. How is that thing so quick in a straight line? I don't understand that one. That is quite impressive. Yeah, that is quite impressive. My Ferrari's 500 horsepower and not that much downforce going on. A bit more downforce I think I'd like on this. But yeah, this track could be quite strong for the Ferrari in theory, if I can get good. Yeah, what I say is this aero efficient. It's probably one of those Forza cars that has just weirdly low drag. Things like the 350Z used to. I don't know if it still does have weirdly low drag. There every so often there are some Forza cars that sneak through with some bizarre sort of aerodynamic stats that don't make that much sense. There's always something that turns up ends up being quicker. I just remember the 350Z from Horizon 4 was incredibly fast. Yeah, the 599XX was weird in Horizon 4. That's one more of an extreme example. Yeah, F1 GT. F1 GT makes a lot of sense. That would be very aerodynamic, efficient, etc. But I mean, I can't ask for a better spot on the grid for this one for me to mess it up with with my 355. This is as good as you're going to get on a very twisty track with the car on pole. Now I will have to be a little bit more careful with the throttle than I have been, because we're dealing with a lot more slow corners than I have been dealing with before. Oh, there is an all-wheel drive Renault 5 behind me that is having a look to the inside. Oh, I don't want to get wiped out. Yeah, the Renault had a great run down there, although we have now got a good run off of this. See, now the Renault 5, small, agile and light, might actually come good around here. I am actually really struggling to match the pace with that one. May also be on slicks, so I'm on rally tyres, as is the 190E, because to get 500 horsepower in this in A class, you're going to have to compromise, and tyres is one thing, but if you are running on slicks, that would help you. There's a gap to the inside as the Renault has a big oversteery moment, and I'm going to profit from that. Right, I want to keep the Renault between me and the Mercedes. Oh, the Renault sent it. Fair play. I thought that was enough of a de-incentivized gap. The Renault wasn't going to make it, but there was enough of a gap for a Renault there. That was a very nice pass, actually. So, well done. I've gone wide through here, which is not great. We are clear to get across in front of the 190E, though, and I'm going to have to start defending from that now as we head into turn 1. Yeah, this is the track where slicks would have been nice, but I don't have that, so we will have to make do with our rally tyres. 190E is going to look around the outside. Now, Gliska also has slicks on the Starlet. They sent it on the 190E and have got past. We're a little bit wide through there. I don't know if Gliska's on slicks or semi-slicks, not sure. But yeah, the Starlet again. Slicks around here, very, very useful. Neat and tidy through this first section. Renault 5 out wide. Not going to make the same mistake I made before about leaving a gap, although it might not matter because he's got so much grip, I can't fight it. The 190E is trying to sneak through in this one as well. Going to lose 2 places because Gliska did a very good job there. Fair play. That is a tough manoeuvre, very tough manoeuvre to pull off around the outside of the hairpin. I knew I had to defend because Gliska was shoving the nose to the inside, whatever I did. And yeah, Gliska has got through. The Renault 5 holds on. Now, the more they battle, it will probably bring me back into the fray of this. if I can not make any silly mistakes, which it's not been my best driven race yet. Both me and the 190E are struggling a little bit at this track. Gliska's slow on the exit there. He's going to cross over the Mercedes though, and the Mercedes is going to end up out wide, and that gives me an opportunity. Not quite close enough down there. So the Renault 5 does not look nice to drive, but it's so fast accelerating, it's getting away with this one. So it might not get away with this one here. Gliska's to the inside. I don't know if the Renault knew it was there. Can Gliska make this? Gliska's got stuck on the wrong side though. You try and look around the outside of these final couple of corners. They're both out wide. The 190E is trying to sneak to the inside. Gliska's got the lead of the race. I've got a great run out of the final corner in all of this. Get into the back of the Renault 5 slightly. The Renault's back underneath the Merc. The Renault's got the launch. Can we send this up the inside at the hairpin? Oh, yes, but I can't stop it in time. Oh, Dull did a really good job of seeing that one coming. 10 out of 10 work there to get that back past again. Had to try it. It was my only realistic opportunity. Oh, the Renault's out wide. Oh, we're going to steal a podium on the line. CJ is very unlucky. That was such a valiant fight for so long in that, and then lost it on the final lap. What a race. Great stuff. Yeah, I think the slick-tyred Starlet and the slick-tyred Renault 5 were a bit better than around such a small circuit. Those slick tyres were useful. Over the bigger tracks, the 190 especially was better. The 355, sorry, was a little bit understeery still. I thought your car was on slicks, Gliska. I thought I had a look at it in photo mode, unless you've changed it. Maybe I misremembered. Or maybe it's semi-slicks or something. It looked like slicks to me. But yeah, the Starlet definitely. I mean, you know what's a big surprise? The Starlet's going to be a great handling little car. You can chuck through the courses. That was a very, very fun race. Yeah, I didn't quite have the pace, but I was there in the fight. And as everyone else squabbled, I was able to profit. We've got a wheel spin. Let's see. Come on, game. Give us something fun to finish off the stream. That is... well, that's not bad. Yeah, okay, so let's get Starlet was on slicks. Pretty sure the Renault was. It would make sense that those cars were making their lap time that way. There we go. There we have it. Some random power racing. Very good fun. Very good fun. This is an old challenge, as I said, from Horizon 4 and 5, I think we've done this. It is definitely interesting to have to try and make one of these numbers work. Sometimes you get a good one, sometimes you get a terrible one, sometimes you make weird cars work, and sometimes you don't. Sometimes the sensible option will do the job for you. But yeah, it has been fun. I hope you've enjoyed this stream. I say slightly different. I know it's still racing, but sort of more challenge racing, challenge building, and so on. I'm glad to see that my 355 was pretty good that I built. Yeah, only really undone by a 190E. Stephen Dixon, thank you very much for the super chat. I say between this and the i20N I built a few weeks ago, I don't know, embarrassing to race. Oh, which one were you in this one? I would guess maybe Bra. Oh, you were in the Corvette, which I do not remember. I don't think I saw the Corvettes, which surprised me actually. The C4s are normally not a terrible option, although it probably depends on yeah, how that thing was built. But yeah, I like this challenge. It's good fun. It's something a little bit different. I had some good cars and I had some terrible cars. Had some very good racing though. Oh yeah, it was okay. Easy with the Corvette. That is going to be it for this evening's stream. A very big thank you to all of those who donated, those of you who subscribed or gifted subs or bits or any of that. Thank you so very much. It is greatly, greatly appreciated indeed. Harlequin also, thank you very much for the bits. So I see you Chaos of CK3. Maybe Europe will be fixed. Probably not. I'll probably make it worse. And Italy will be back in one piece. Very unlikely. But yeah, that will be it for this evening. As ever, a very big thank you to all of you for watching. I do hope you enjoyed your evening. I will be back next week. I will be on Crusader Kings 3, of course, on Wednesday, where we are currently trying to conquer, well, Scotland, I think, is where we left it at. So hope you'll be able to watch that. But yeah, that will be it for today. Until next time, goodbye.